Happy Tuesday. Okay, this will not be long, but I've got a quick debunking session that I'm going to do really quick. And that's it. That's all.
Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? I'm such a bad, bad girl.
Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. So this won't take us very long to do, but Hartley just did a video. So as I told you guys, I've been ignoring kind of the kerfuffle that people are attempting to start around this. I'm not going to change my stance on anything, but you're not going to do what Julie and friends are doing. And that is continue to lie about what happened yesterday and what transpired. So here is an example of how quickly these people lie. So Hartley did a video, and I'm assuming, well, we know from Julie's video last night that she is completely miswriting and misinterpreting what was said intentionally per usual. So Hartley did a video showing exactly what I said while playing the video. But what's being missed here is why that was shown to begin with and all the different claims. So I'm just going to do a quick little walk back because it's really not hard to do if people are interested in the facts. But I'll show you an example of the lies I'm just not interested in hearing. This right here, this person, the fight dirty with dirty. So we are okay accepting people making false allegations in court one way or the other. That doesn't make sense to me, and I'm just glad I'll never be a person like that. Island High says, where is the 8-hour video that nonsense was talking on the shirt? 8 hours. Okay, I'll show you. And why post Nonsense's reaction on Julie's reaction and use this as a comparison? Interesting. Well, Hartley was obviously trying to detail and correct something. So let me just do a little walk of how this all started and what is going on. Hell, it's the biggest kerfuffle I could ever see. Oh, my Lanta, it's amazing to me how people are trying to twist and turn things. But here we are. It's the internet. Welcome to this world. This isn't my first time. If you want this. So I played this video yesterday. This is from Allegedly Speculating. This is about her court docs. This plays a key role in all of this. Let's listen.
This document without the watermark, you can find it on my Patreon, which will be linked below. We are going to go through this document.
And as far as you guys talk about Granny's live, I didn't watch it, didn't click in, didn't nothing. Like I said, she is entitled to have her feelings on this, her stance on this. I'm just not interested. Sorry. This is BJ and Julie and them weaponizing the courts. There is no justification for them. And Granny's entitled to feel how she wants. But respectfully, the Julie and BJ thing is one and the same of weaponizing our courts and trying to be martyrs and all the shit. Like, they're in the same pasture together. So with all due respect, yeah, I just am not. And I told you guys that up front the other day.
So as you can see, I'm going to zoom in. It is a certification in support of probable cause in the county of Passaic. Date of incident, 3 incidents in December of 2025, December 4th, December 10th, and December 25th. Municipality is going to be North Hazelton. I offer the following facts and information to establish probable cause in this complaint against, and it looks like Craig's.
It's a criminal complaint too. This is true crime adjacent. There's true crime creators in here. It's a public case that she brought here. So, of course, people are going to get the documents. She knew that. This is why it's content for her.
Name is
I hope you're not getting shamed, allegedly speculating.
marked out, but originally it said Craig Black and Brittany N. Jackson. Craig Black has been marked out, and now it just says Brittany N. Jackson. And then it reads, whom I would like to charge with, and then we got NJSA 2C33-41, criminal cyber harassment. Over here on the side, there's a note that says, I have typed and detailed more on 2 pages my police reports. That's what this square thing says right here. The first question says, how do you know the identity of the person you are charging? And Julie wrote, via YouTube, became aware of them when they included me in an exhibit in a lawsuit in PA against 2 other YouTube creators.
Somebody made a comment about Brittany's a plaintiff, or yeah, she's a plaintiff, so she's responsible for what's in the filing. What point is being missed here, I think, by people with that is, yes, she is a plaintiff. However, this form and this whole identification is incorrect as is, just on the basis of when Julie became aware of who BJ was. It was before an exhibit got added to the filing. So that's incorrect right there as is. Plus, she's using the reference of they and has Craig and Brittany attached. So we can argue semantics on it. Overall, yes, she's a plaintiff in the filing in Pennsylvania. However, what she stated here is not how she knew who Brittany and Craig were.
And then it says, describe the incident in detail. Under that, it reads, there has been an escalation in December of 2025 of cyber harassment, repeated threatening statements, and alarming, menacing conduct.
Ms. Fletcher, I don't see it any different than when people were supporting everything that BJ and the 10 plaintiff or the other 9 plaintiffs were doing to justify, they've done this for years and they've done that for years. Or the same thing with Clue when they justified BJ going to the courts and trying to weaponize. It was the same justification that we're watching the hate bonding. It overrides the facts, and that's just not going to happen for me. But you're also Island High, Julie, and Julie's friends. You're not going to get to do this because it's really simple to walk this back.
Targeting me. Communicated electronically over social media and documented in 3 police reports filed with the North Hadelton PD, Craig Black and Brittany Jackson over their YouTube channel with over 20,000 subscribers, made explicit threats.
Yeah, with all due respect, Lindsay, I don't need any context from Granny's. I'm dealing with Julie and her mods. Like I said, Granny is entitled and should have every right. People should understand that she has every right to base her opinion on what Brittany has done to her. She doesn't have to give a shit about what Julie is doing. However, there comes an ethical piece of that in there for me. She doesn't have to have it. She's been personally harmed by shit like this. But there's also the rational side where people should be standing against weaponizing the courts, because we can't have it both ways. So I don't even need to know anything about what was said over there or happened over there. This whole other side piece of the lies is what I am not going to put up with.
Of violence, suggesting bodily harm and death, causing me fear and significant emotional distress. Also, Brittany Jackson obtained and knowingly displayed content of my autistic, recognized.
Right here is where I need you to pay attention. So this is the claim that's made in this probable cause that she submitted with this criminal complaint.
Content of my autistic, recognized disabled by the state of New Jersey, son that I had deleted years ago because he does not want to appear on social media. Both myself and my autistic,
allegedly speculating is who's reading this,
son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video.
So that statement right there, both myself and my autistic son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of video. And then she goes on to say, the conduct of Craig and Brittany caused fear and emotional distress to me and my autistic son. So right there, you can see the claim that says she deleted the video, which no, again, as of February 25, it was still publicly available. Somebody scrolled right to it. That video is still much alive and public on YouTube. The creator still has it very public. So Julie's spending all this energy freaking out when that is up on and has been for over a year because it was publicly available on her Facebook. And you can watch the entire thing. It's scrolled on her Facebook and they played it. That's not what I did. But this is what I was concerned about. Both myself and my autistic son were taunted. And although Miss Jackson blurred his face, first of all, it must have been War Eagle that blurred his face because it was War Eagle's post that Brittany pulled up, which is misleading to begin with. But the part that really kicked off to me and stood out was she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. So couple that with the video we were watching yesterday. In this video, it's 5 days later. Here you go. 5 days later, January 13th, this is what was said by Julie.
To have him on the screen. So which video of Craig making threats to somebody are you talking about? Or Brittany
yeah, I don't know.
Putting up the picture of my stepson are you speaking of?
So this is when Julie is reviewing Julie.
Because there's not just one police report. And let me be clear. So here I'm talking about her doing that. And there's also discussions of the taunting of me in her chat, talking about my nose, saying Brittany isn't anti-Semitic. And then they say, no, Brittany isn't antiseptic. And then they all laugh. And Brittany reads it out loud and she laughs. And someone else writes antiseptic.
I can't tell you guys what to do as far as being pissed or not. It's the lies for me. It's the intentional lies and manipulation that is going on that gets me riled up because it's really quick and easy to watch. Who cares about the fucking facts? And Julie's people are in overdrive right now trying to rewrite what has actually been said and done. And that's the part for me that I'm just like, oof. But here we go.
Antisepsis, anti-Semitic. And again, Brittany reads it out and they laugh.
Oh, wait, I got to back it up. Hold on.
My son's wearing his seniors. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you for that.
Okay, so she starts talking about what she's using. So this video is titled Potential Crimes and Misdemeanors of Brittany J. and Partner. All right, so we've got the claim in. I'm going to share this with you guys so you have it. Here is the link to the video we were watching yesterday once again. So this is what she's detailing 5 days after she signed that complaint. And on that complaint, you see that she writes that his high school was identified.
The super chat, that's so nice of you. Not necessary, but I appreciate it very much. I always remember what I say. The internet is for everyone. Yeah, well, as I found out, 3 years too late when I deleted the video of Spencer's twin. That somehow that would be.
So that's a blatant lie too. As I said, I'm not going to give you which video it is, but it is, as of a year ago, still up on White Boy Lockdown's page.
Recorded and posted somewhere that, or someone's able to, I have no idea how I got that video. I still don't know. Because I deleted it 3 years ago. My son's wearing his senior's t-shirt in the video. He was a senior in high school when we did that conversation.
We were all very like, what just happened here?
Happy New Year, Angelina, my love. Santania.
I'm trying not to.
They're putting on the screen.
Very masculine
What is on Brittany's screen?
over the top with her approach. And
you can hear Craig in the background. He's talking shit out to me.
I don't know what else. Great. My point of playing this video is
Gonna watch.
it could very well be YouTube, and YouTube caught up with her. The reason they're getting hit is because her language is foul.
This was her talk. This is from
So I'm going through the times when she mentions the school. So now this is what she says about the video from Christmas Day.
Medic. And again, Brittany reads it out and they laugh.
Hey, Aunt Maddie. She's paused. She'll be here just a second.
He's wearing, my stepson is wearing his high school t-shirt when he was a senior in high school. Yeah, I know it was Kenna. I'm just trying to make the point. They said the video is still up. And my point is to that person is there's multiple videos and multiple police reports. There's threats against me and there's threats against other people. I don't know.
So she's acknowledging that there's multiple videos. Yes, the one that you are trying to use in your complaint that you wrote 5 days earlier than this video says that he was wearing a shirt, and you detail it in this video. Long time before I even said shit. But what you're doing is misrepresenting it.
What they're referring to, because he has a history, not a.
I don't know how that could be a different day when Julie herself, you can look at the, Doug, I don't know why people are saying that. She includes the dates right fucking here. And we've looked through these. We've taken Julie's timestamps, her dates, and went and looked. 3 incidents, December 25, December 4th, December 10th, and December 25th. This happens to be referencing the December 25th one. I don't know why people are trying to misrepresent that.
Right. We've heard her use her children's names, but we are respectful enough not to speak their names. And she put it up, and he was a high school, and it was up on my TikTok. When I first went on TikTok, I had 0 followers.
And I've agreed with you on that.
And, you know, I had a video where I was interviewing him about what it's like to grow up as a sibling of an autistic sibling. I mean, he's autistic and his brother's autistic, although Spencer is profoundly autistic. He was totally nonverbal for the first 6 years of his life.
Again,
you know, what that was that like, you know, to have a twin brother right. They're not talking about Spencer. Yeah. So, and it's one I deleted over 3 years ago, and he was in high school, and he's wearing his high school shirt, and he asked me weeks after I put that video up and I started to get more followers on TikTok. Again, when I went on TikTok, I had 0 followers. I didn't know I was going to get so many followers as fast as I got them.
And the big point that people need to understand is this video that we are watching is 5 days. 5 days after this complaint was signed. Okay? 5 days. This is all valid, Julie's own words.
And he said he didn't want to be on my social media anymore. And I told him I would take that video down. I deleted it. And I said I wouldn't say his name. I would refer to him as Spencer's twin or Spencer's brother. And I've abided by that, as has Al. We've respected that for 3 years, over 3 years now.
Again, that's not true, but we can argue that until we're blue in the face. She could go look easily at the page I've directed her to 15 million different times now, and that doesn't benefit her victimhood or manipulation that she's doing. Bumping it forward.
So therefore, that it's okay for Brittany and company to put his name out there.
The name was not said, and the name is blurred out.
Show his image with his face blurred, but his high school shirt on it.
It says senior. It does say senior. That we verified.
After it's been deleted for over 3 years. And I don't know how they got it when I deleted it. And I've had friends try to look for it and been unable to locate it.
Well, then
the reason people have seen it is because someone got it. Right, Della.
Whoever's
and
not finding it is
even
in the right direction.
Though he is an adult now, because both of my sons, both boys, are registered with the Department of Developmental Disability.
Oh my God.
AKA, they are recognized by the state of New Jersey, who runs the Department of Developmental Disabilities.
Okay, another one of the tirades. Now we go to the last time where this is said.
So therefore, that it's okay for Brittany and company to put his name out there to show the court doesn't care about what. Right? That court doesn't look at things like that anymore. So for who was it? Texas, Tiff, somebody, Tiff, someone, Texas.
They got it right from her Facebook. Again, I didn't bring it over here. It's been over here for a long fucking time. I didn't play the video. Nothing. I showed what she's using in this complaint the December 25th and what she is telling people she filed a police report on and what was done. She says in this complaint that his high school was identified. That's the big claim of Julie. Oh, did you guys lose audio? Hold on. It says you guys lost audio. Here we go. Freaking audio.
The court doesn't care about what,
I gotcha.
you know, that I made an interview with my child who was a senior in high school about being the sibling to raise awareness about being the sibling of a twin who is profoundly autistic, who couldn't speak till he was 6 years old, and what life was like with him. That was the essence of it. It was not exploitive. However, he didn't want to be on my social media when I started to gain a lot of followers, and I respected it. You know who didn't respect it? Brittany and her pals, who brought it to YouTube.
It was brought to YouTube a year previously, Julie, and that was the point that they were trying to make to you. I don't even fucking agree with them, but that's what everybody has been trying to tell you, is it's still there. You're lying. And then you go as far as listing it in your evidence and misrepresenting what's even there, Julie.
It was a TikTok video I deleted 3 years ago. Tiff, Texas, whatever the fuck your name is. The constant threats of lawsuits too by BJ and Craig. Oh, right. Yeah.
No, I guess they both are, Leo, just different levels. Okay, so the big kerfuffle is what I said and did during my live stream in reference to this situation. Hartley did a great video, but once again, there's the people that are lying. Okay, so let's go to my video. So now you know the claim, and you're going to hear it again. I'm going to walk you through when the school is mentioned.
Both myself and my autistic son were taunted.
Not to my knowledge.
And although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. The conduct.
Hartley, White Boy has it still in a video that's publicly available on his page from a year ago, when he goes right to her Facebook, scrolls to it, plays a portion of the video, and moves on. Yeah, it's still available.
Of Craig Black and Brittany Jackson.
And chances are it's in more places than that. That's just, I know that for a fact.
Caused fear and emotional distress to me and my autistic son. And then it is signed by Julie, and the date is January 8th of 2026.
Right.
So yeah, there's that. Thank you for watching this video. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up and give me a subscribe if you haven't.
Okay, so you heard the claim. That was in her. It says identifying his public school at the time of the video. That is in there. So then I go on. Here is this section. He is doing here is also using her child's. Same thing Brittany did.
As he does not want to appear on social media. Both myself and my autistic son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed.
And yes, I played this numerous times to get the point across.
Identifying his public school at the time of the video.
His public school. She identified his public school because he was wearing a t-shirt that said senior on it. Bree says, you know my opinion. I think most people do, but here it is. If you do something I stand against and you think I'll support you just because you're doing it, someone I dislike, you don't. Mickey, I have no idea. I just found out this week that it was still there. This has all been an unraveling, like, as the week has gone on, we are hearing more of the lies and more stuff has came out that people are like, that's not true. That's been over here. She's saying it's been deleted for 3 years. People are like, wait a second. No, that's not possible. And then what she's using in this support evidence, whatever, probable cause statement that she made, once again says that Brittany, this is towards Brittany. The post is on War Eagle's page. I don't know why she didn't strike. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's publicly available. War Eagle, it's redacted. The name's redacted, everything, but it's not on other channels. So I don't know where all of that intentional misleading is coming from as is. Don't know me, right, Bree? Thank you. Taunted. She said taunted. Yep. Taunted. Yeah, exactly. Here, you're going to hear that again. There's so many questions here. So many questions. She identified his public school. That's the piece that's really confusing to me. Because when you look at it, that's not what was said. Now, let me go to the next piece. Here we go. She claims his high school. He had a shirt on that said senior. Okay. Sorry, but it is what it is. She said that too in the video we were watching. I didn't just know that because of knowing that. I didn't even know what video she was referencing when that's all started. But Julia said this in numerous videos of hers, what the shirt said. So this video right here, the potential crimes, she states over and over again that what the shirt says. But then in her written statement for probable cause, she says that his high school was identified at the time.
So, in other words, there's actually less
This is so ridiculous.
against Craig. There's one extra for Brittany. In terms of, participation in the threats against me. And
you guys asked for it. Here you go. Okay. These are courtesy of somebody else. And I'm not going to take it off the screen because I think it's at the point, Steph, that people are intentionally missing that. Again, because both things can be true. We can absolutely like Brittany for misusing the courts and all the foul shit she's done and still recognize that Julie is matching that energy and doing the exact same. And the big picture is, if we're going to start fucking standing for something, which I thought most people did, then this is the same behavior. We're not condoning one and fucking chastising the other. It's both wrong. Weaponizing our courts and lying in police reports is wrong. The time and resources wasted for this shit, wrong on both of them. I don't give a fuck about Brittany and Craig. They opened this door, but Julie is matching it, and we can still 100% stand against it. I said it is covered and should be more. He is covered.
Y'all saw it already? Probably.
This is what she says. Another great. His name is covered and his face is covered. So, well, couple that with the fact that, according to what I've been told now, I don't know 100% all the details, but people that have known her for quite some time have told me that she even filmed not the twin, but the one she puts in all of her content. She filmed like places he was at and homes he was in and things of, like, his school and stuff. So I don't really know what is happening here. I don't, but it sounds like there's a lot of like forgetfulness intentionally of what she's put out here about both of these young men. But this is what happened. This is what is actually.
Let me see.
Yep.
Hold on.
It is. And I pulled up the video. Now here is the reason I don't need to even give it to you. I'll put a cover over it just so I can appease people for the moment. But this is the video that you can go watch this. I'm just not going to give him it today to bitch about. That video is the one she has marked in her evidence, or her December 25th. This is a police report. Everything is that claim. She's making that claim with that video, and she's telling people one thing about what was said and done in the video.
I just want to show this. I mean, I think most of y'all saw it already, probably.
And this is what I say throughout this entire thing and what Brittany says. So remember, this is the claim. Just so people here, let me take this down. This is the claim from Julie.
2C3 reports. Entity of included me in it. It says disarm and deleted years ago because he does not want to appear on social media. Both myself and my autistic son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video.
Identified his public school, revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. Again, like they're pointing out, she said this was deleted 3 years ago. And even if it was 3 years ago, like you said, what would it matter? He's not there anymore.
But I want to show
Here you go. This is from my video.
it for my
That's exactly right. Oh, my Lanta. It's lying. You're going to see, Steph. I'm going to let you guys just see it because it's covered up and it's not doxing. That Michelle, it really is.
all right.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
guys see that? Hold on. Let me show you.
Here's War Eagle's post.
Right here. Okay.
Hey,
Gonna go right here. All right. So it says, all right, let me make sure you guys can see this because, okay.
Hey, Pet My Pee.
Auto way too soon. The February weather.
Okay, so what you're listening for is identifying his public school.
We have been lucky to put in the past couple of years.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, you guys. I'm being dumb. Judge, case dismissed. Joe, thank you for the support. Rubber, tip to nonsense, the hostess. Do not report me to the law enforcement. Non-refundable. Rico and racketeering. Mickey, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. And Hartley, thank you for trying to set the record straight on that. I appreciate you. Rubber, thank you, Rico. And racketeering charges coming soon. I'm just joking. Thank you, Rubber.
All right.
What, Kenzie?
Okay. This is where Julia is threatening, or she threatened to call my law enforcement. She's probably already called, truth be told. I would not be surprised.
Kenzie hollers. Dogs knocked boxes over.
All right. So it says, it's hilarious how someone has both kids all over Facebook right now and other platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Yet she wants to blame me and allegedly with Brittany J for doxing her kids.
She can't stay.
So it's hilarious how someone has both kids all over Facebook right now and other platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Yet she wants to blame me and Brittany for doxing her kids. Are you kidding me? She has doxed her own kids over and over again for years, apparently.
Well, and I think it's the multitude of times that we've heard those threats change. The verbiage, the language, who was threatened, how they were threatened. We have videos of Julie saying one thing one day and then something completely different in another video while she's claimed she's filing police reports on all of this. Like, we've seen video after video of her intentionally misrepresenting what was even said. So on top of what was said in the video not being direct at Julie is the large perception Julie has also misrepresented what was even said and tried to twist it and turn it. We've heard it over and over again. You can't deny it. Again, BJ cannot stay awake. She's nodding out. Hey, Crispy. Hey, Sunshine. Yeah. Sure as fuck do. Yeah, I don't care if it's civil, criminal, anything. Weaponizing our court and lying to police or court. I don't care if it's over somebody you hate is wrong. It's a waste of resources. It's wrong. Period. That's it. It's not semantics. It's fucking wrong.
Look, like, this is so gross, y'all. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna have to go in a minute, but I'm falling asleep. But look, says it's hilarious how someone has both kids all over Facebook right now and other platforms like TikTok and YouTube, yet she wants to blame me and Brittany for doxing her kids. Are you kidding me? She has doxed her own kids over and over again for years.
And that's the reason I showed this, because I'm not trying to agree with Brittany, but when you are using claims like this in a probable cause support document, you've got to be factual. And she is claiming that a school was identified and that there was taunting being done. She can't even fucking stay awake.
Apparently, but now suddenly it's some big secret. Julie, you are calling the police on Brittany for allegedly viewing a video that you yourself uploaded, bro.
And one thing, I'll be really honest, I didn't know until I popped into Belinda's. You guys had been kind of telling me about some of the comments over there on Julie's post from last night. Some of y'all are sick motherfuckers trying to say that if this young man has a seizure, that it's on me. That's never going to be the case, because yeah, that's just never going to be the case. And you guys sound just like BJ's enablers. It's really actually quite a fucking, some of you should be a case study. That's a trip. That is BJ fucking shit if I've ever seen anything or heard anything in my fucking life.
Okay, you're threatening to call the police on me.
And you know what makes me fucking mad is BJ and Craig have said reckless shit and done reckless shit to people. Actual shit. Like actual people that could hold. Julie's not one of them. Not at all. But she's trying to make herself be the top. Rebel Soul, I wish more people were able to stand on the facts and take their idea of one versus the other and just, they're the same. They're the exact same. I can understand why certain people are just like, yeah, fuck no, she's done all this shit to me. Okay. But you can't fucking deny the facts either. Because then people are justified to say, oh yeah, she was okay to do all that to other. No, that's more victimized.
Probably already did, truth be told, honestly. For viewing a video that you uploaded and posted online. Get the F out of here. You are an absolute loon. Look, hashtag profound autism, hashtag autism, and easily, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but
his shirt says senior across it. That's it. That's all. It's gross. So where is this? The high school. Sammy. Her people are nuts. Sorry. Julie's people are fucking flat out nuts. And I feel bad because Hartley was obviously trying to make a point of whatever I said is not as it's being twisted into. And they're already in her comments.
I mean, look, interview with blank, Spencer's twin, his brother, on August the 12th, 2022, you guys.
Sure does. Right. And yeah, this is from the video. This is from the interview that Julie had on her Facebook. This is a still screenshot out of that. And let me be even more detailed about that. It is a still screenshot that War Eagle, fucking cuckoo bird, posted on her YouTube community page that is still there, that is fully redacted. His face and his name completely redacted. That is what BJ is showing. You can go look at yesterday's video. It's still up and I'm not taking it down. Fuck all these people. And BJ's harassing and causing so much distress.
I mean, what can you say about all this, y'all?
Yeah, could have Mallory. No,
This is messed up. This is so messed up. And then she's saying that she got, like, what are you going to say to my police, Julie? Like, I don't even, And listen, I don't sit there and hold pictures of kids, like, or videos. Well, I don't even know how old he is. I think they're considered adults now. I don't know. I don't care. Probably because I'm sleepy. I've dived, honestly.
Well, and to be honest, oh my Lanta, we've kind of stayed away from talking about the RO on Craig because I do think there's a possibility that could be granted based on just the bullshit he said after he was served. Now, before that, I would question the validity of her claims with any of that as far as the threats, but I see what she's doing. I absolutely see what Julie's up to. But that RO, we have no paperwork, no knowledge of what is actually being said and done.
I've drifted off. I'm sleepy, so I ain't gonna be on here but a second.
Well, remember, BJ is identifying his high school and taunting the child. Okay? And you know how sick it makes me feel that I have to agree once that she wasn't doing what she's claimed to be doing, especially in legal fucking filings? Be pissed at fucking Julie for giving her this. Be pissed at the right fucking person for doing this shit again.
Wanted to run that by.
Unreal. Yeah, I can't tell anybody else how to feel about it. I just stand firmly against the courts being weaponized for shit like this. And I think it takes valid concern of what she has done to people like Clue Cletus Granny and others. Unless they have, which they should have gotten served with what she claimed in there. And if they're able to, that's the only way I can see anything. We don't know what was claimed to get the RO. We have no idea at this point. So depending on what was claimed to get the RO and the basis of that to begin with, that could be interesting. But a good attorney should be able to figure that out. Takes valid concern and places it with people that it doesn't belong to, like her. So for me, it's a no, but everybody's going to feel differently about it.
I agree, Sally. I don't understand how Al behaves. I mean, Al allows this behavior. In my opinion, she needs help. Well, and she's using her. I think he's an adult, right? But I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't.
Well, and I think as soon as if she gets that granted, the RO, she's going to try to have him violated over and over and over again. It won't end. And I think it takes away from the people that Craig has actually threatened and the harm that they've actually done to the right people. Because here again, she completely lied in that probable cause statement she made to supplement what she filed for this criminal complaint. Because you're hearing what BJ said and you already know what she's posted.
I don't care to follow her kids around. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm not in some possession of a video. Julie, that's your video. What are you like? How are you going to try to call my cops on a video that you posted? You posted it.
It's kind of ironic hearing BJ say that though, when she cries victim and blames everybody else for videos that have been uploaded to her channel with her children in it. And look, a lot of you, there's been a good portion of people that have came to me and said, Becky, I think it's because people have encouraged this and they're worried about Julie coming after them. I have no fucking clue. I don't know. We know the ones Julie has listed off who's encouraged her. I would really hope rational people would not encourage this type of misuse of our court systems and fucking lying to police in our courts. But at this point, I don't even fucking know what to think anymore. Isn't the irony and all of this quite astounding?
Buzzball Factory, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. She's friends with her police chief. Her husband knew him since childhood. Well, she needs to talk to him and let him tell her that she ain't right what she's doing.
That's her fucking straw.
I believe they're around 21 years old.
That's exactly right.
I mean, this is ridiculous. You can't upload a video of a person, your child.
Haley the Bee, have you heard anything identifying about his high school or taunting and tormenting this young man? Be honest. This is what Julie put in her probable cause affidavit. Be pissed at Julie. That you have to, right, Kitty Coo? That this isn't what she claimed. If she gets this, I'm just going to tell you right now, she's not going to stop. Julie's going to continue to do fuck shit. She's gotten away with it this far. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The one
It's infuriating, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Greg's not in the background. BJ's not saying anything crazy over the top. Definitely not, in my opinion, harassing this young man. You tell me, is she harassing this young man?
I'm tired of being a scapegoat. I'm not a scapegoat. I'm not a punching bag. I'm not something that somebody can go after to try to. In Julie's case, she's going after me to try to make friends with other people, and she's using me as this.
Because she doesn't care about War Eagle's channel. She has sole intent of taking BJ's channel down. She don't care about War Eagle. She wants to be the martyr of taking Brittany down.
Punching bag to do it, and I'm not. No.
Well, Sammy, that's because hate doesn't override the facts for me, and it never will. And I'm thankful I can be in this space. I really am. I'm thankful that it hasn't impacted my real life, that I can still look at the facts from the factual lens and be like, yeah, this doesn't make sense or add up. These are her claims. These are her supplemental claims to why she did that. And it doesn't make sense. And then she made more claims last night against me. Yeah, no, I think what Julie is doing right now is completely reckless, dangerous, and it takes away from the people that have actually gone through shit.
Buzzball Factory, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the Gummy Squad. I appreciate
What is
it.
it sped up to?
Welcome to the Gummy Squad.
This is sped up 1.5, 1.5. So you can only imagine how bad it is in real time of how she can't even stay awake to harass somebody.
All right, I'm gonna.
Oh, by the way, too, I highly encourage anybody to go on their PC and look up the word mascot in my transcript from yesterday. The only time it gets mentioned is when we review Julie's substantial fucking lies of bringing up the mascot. It was never brought up until we watched Julie's video, and then we were all like, what the fuck? Mascot?
Stand up for a minute, try to wake up, because I want to talk to y'all for a minute, but I am tired. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I know, I'm saying,
Funky, I can't say that because to me, that would be selfish. I don't have the right to say, I hope her channel gets taken. I think she's violated terms of service, but I am more concerned about people that have money owed to them in the end of this because of crazy litigation that they pulled into, being able to attach. So for me, I don't wish that, in the hopes that they can attach for recouping funds, but that's just my stance. It would be selfish of me to try to take her channel while other people are owed substantial amounts of money for the. I'm not sure what you mean, right? Said Fred, the BJ and Julie. I think they're both disgusting, foul pieces of shit, if you want my honest opinion. It takes a real fucking slimeball motherfucker to make blatant lies to police and our court system. That, for me, there's nothing funny about it because there's real victims. Real victims. You want to talk about something that I thought of? Arctic Fox. That group didn't even contact law enforcement. Law enforcement doesn't even have the resources to properly monitor and hunt down the predators going after children. But yet our police resources are going out to take fucking Julie's little hurt Fifi's calls. Do you see what I'm saying? No, I get what you mean, right, said Fred. But for me, it's so much bigger than this because those two, and I agree with you, like they're one in the fucking same. They're one in the exact fucking same. F you, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. They're one in the same, and we don't have enough law enforcement resources to do what is actually needed. So we have these groups that I don't even know if this man's going to get charged, but we have Julie over here making police reports and criminal complaints on people. It's such a mind fuck to me. But like I said, I agree. They're one and the same. The litigation costs they've been in.
and up, Sally, so I don't fall asleep. Because I don't want to go to bed. I mean, I am going to go to bed in a minute. I know I can't stay on because I got to take my ass is going to keep falling asleep. But I do want to talk to y'all for just a minute because this just makes me mad because
how crazy. It's actually a video where she admits she's fallen asleep too.
She knows what she's doing. Look, this woman's either losing her mind, she's cuckoo, and she's off her rocker.
And Cam agreed.
And in that case, Al needs to get her. Or she's just like this and Al needs to get her. Like, I don't know. But
The only thing that's even kind of said is Al needs to get her, which she's a grown fucking adult.
I mean, you got her coming online in the same damn clothes she had on yesterday, acting a fool, you know, and
Tash, she made a post. Oh, absolutely. That's such a frustrating part. Resources for actual victims. Mm-hmm. She hadn't admitted.
I'm getting some sleep, soul child. All right. So y'all see that?
She wasn't admitting it publicly at this point that she was pregnant.
You think she'll apologize? No, not at all. She's not going to apologize.
I hope so. That should be.
Not in the least damn bit.
She scrolls off of War Eagle's post and goes right to school next page.
Look, War Eagle and allegedly Brittany J are racist. What? Now we're racist? What?
You can make your
Allegedly with Brittany J, newest mod, War Damn Eagle, said the following in a post on October 28th.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, War Eagle is problematic as fuck. Carry on.
She needs help, y'all. She really needs help. I'm not even.
Oh, I need that transcript.
Newest mod. You're mad that I'm.
We'll walk over to her and moo. You're in the same pasture, so fucking gallop on over and lick her ass.
Made War Eagle a mod. You can't call anybody else a racist but yourself, or a racist sympathizer, but yourself. You support someone who is
right. So that's the length of him being on her page. Well, she toggled over that post. We'll keep going though.
I cannot. While she's over there supporting Clue.
Fuck no, she will never. Right? Wasting tax dollars. There's her what about it? Hey, Bosco.
You can't make this up. She's squirrely. She's what? Squirrely? What is that? What is that,
What?
Carolina Moon? They can't take it. Oh, no, Molly
mean,
Lollipop.
Sammy?
No. Never.
Look, here's the thing, and Sammy, I know you're fucking around with me, but I'm so sick of, like, I know you understand what I'm doing, but I'm so sick of this whole thing of I'm trying to do anything other than what I've done with every single one of these. Every single time we walk it back, we look at the court fucking complaint, the docket, the supplemental support, what they've used for evidence, and we break it apart. It is no different than what I've done on anything else. And it will always be, and I was open to the idea that there were more pieces to go with this. And now we've seen the criminal complaint. A matter of like 10 minutes in total, I can tell you exactly. Hold on, give me 1 second. I can tell you an exact time. Video is 1 hour, 12 minutes long. It goes up at 55 minutes, and it's taken down by 107. So what's that? 12 minutes total? About 10, 12 minutes. And it's just a still that's completely redacted.
Never that. Not today.
Yeah, there's nothing. Listen, there isn't anybody that I know of over here I'm not yelling at you. It's just, I know what you're saying, but so many people are intentionally spinning shit, putting words in my mouth, misrepresenting what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I'm just like, do you guys forget the facts? Do you guys forget that this takes away from victims? Do you guys forget the big picture here? Like, I'm at the point of fucking raging because Julie's lies are extensive. Okay, with what Brittany has done. Brittany opened this door for people to think that this is acceptable. But if we want to start condoning what Julie's doing, like I said, and I'll continue to say it, then you better start lacing the shoe up and condoning what Brittany excused she did to Granny, and Clue, and Lauren Matthias did to people, and BHB has done to Queen, and BHB has done to Granny and Barbecue. Like, you need to start realizing that this is all one and the same. This isn't about who has personal like or dislike. They are all the fucking same when they waste resources like this for bullshit. Yes. Yes. Ghost it is. Yep. So it's War Eagle's post was on Brittany's screen for 10 to 12 minutes. And you just heard the entire discussion from me and what Brittany said about the post that she had on her screen. It's not the video. It's a still shot from War Eagle's community post, which is still up. And like I said, Julie continues to say that this has been deleted for 3 years. Well, that's, again, a fucking lie. Fucking gross. Oh, yeah. I forget about that. They are the exact same. I've got a 4x4 coming in hot.
Hold on, guys.
Look at all four.
They're crazy like a squirrel. I was like, what is that Carolina moon?
I was over there fucking creating the Golden Cow Awards. I was having fun. We're going to look at BHB condoning her litigation and how she lied about it being federal, the RICO and stuff. BJ's excuses for her joining that in the frivolous litigation. Ocean loving lady, you're missing the point. Completely missing the point. And once again, that type of attitude about the courts will make the decision. Yeah, the courts are being handed false allegations to begin with, and police resources and court time is being wasted on manipulated fucking details to begin with. So yeah, the court will decide on fucking fake concocted bullshit. Real good waste of our fucking court time. Way to condone these fucking frivolous litigants and the bullshit that they keep doing to people and wasting our court time. Yeah, our courts shouldn't have to decide this because this should have never, ever been manipulated the way it has been. And she did there in the ROs, Lauren. And if I was the judge, they would both get put in straitjackets because they're fucking disgusting. Biases, bullshit excuses for why she did the frivolous litigation, and Julie's. You'll be shocked.
Hold on a second. Hold on, guys.
How similar they are.
I had never heard of that. Just a minute. Hold, please. You know, Skull Snatch likes to do parodies and stuff, right? Well, I'm going to start doing them too. If she likes parodies,
she can't even complete a sentence to harass somebody in this little section. Sorry. And there is another video where she played or did the same thing, but it's no different. There's no harassment against the young man. And that's actually incorrect. I was getting that information from somebody else. They kept saying there was another video. Like we thought there was 2 videos, the 25th and the 26th, and come to find out, no, one of us just had our dates wrong on our screen recordings. It's the exact same video. So there isn't. It's the same video. It's the exact same video. Yeah, good question, Steph. Or why not both of them? Why only one? Ocean loving lady, I think what you mean to be saying, and I know this is hard for you, but that facts matter, that I'm never going to hate a stranger on the internet to okay our misuse of court systems. I don't have to like the person, dislike the person, anything. It's not a personal vendetta or a personal situation and shouldn't be. These are strangers, but I guess continue to ignore the facts. Facts matter. To some of you, they don't. That's how we got these communities of people giving more of a fuck about some weird relationship and condoning. You sound like BJ and Julie's people right now trying to condone this shit and the misuse of our courts. It's kind of gross. But hey, do you? I think Julie's more manipulative than she is smart, though. People really have given her a big head about her advocacy and her good nature. I think she's just a little bit more polished than Betty and BJ. That's it. She's like Lauren Matthias. She can. Who else wrote a book? Lauren Matthias. Think about that. I'm surprised Betty hasn't yet. Probably working on one. Hey, Wolf Rider. And she goes to sleep for the rest of it.
Mm.
And that's being used as harassing this young man. And she claims she filed. Yeah, Miss Bonnie. And that's not how karma works. Karma isn't a forced lies to court. That's not what karma is. Shorty, Julie did. Julie did.
The laws in
Julie has been talking about and detailing the police reports that she had been filing, the reason for the police reports, the escalation of what she was attempting to file, all of that. Julie did.
the laws are different state to state. Some states have very strict laws.
You guys tell me. Yes or no? Was that harassing that young man? Because to me, that's the same. Your Honor, as a mother, my children are afraid. My children, your children are only aware of what you put them in. And you both have made videos publicly available of your children and then turned around and used in litigation against people.
And some states have very outdated laws. They haven't really caught up, like in terms of cyber harassment.
Okay, so there's the end of the 25th video. Did you hear any taunting, or more than anything, did you hear anything about his high school being identified? In any of that section, from Brittany or myself, did you hear anything about that young man's high school being identified, a mascot being spoken of? But we're not done yet. I'm going to show you what was said. Any of that. Be honest. Where's the taunting? Don't give two shits. I don't need to. Look up the legal definition of harassment. Julie made this video public. It doesn't fall under harassment.
Harassment,
We must have.
as it's known here in New Jersey, as the way things happen now on the internet, and that it's not
Oh my
just
God,
you
no.
know, the person. It's not only the person who's making the threat. You know, it's also the potential of harm that comes.
I don't know if it's a law that she changed green IPI. I think what she accomplished was advocating for more respite hours for kids. I don't know if it's like a long-term DDD program, what exactly it is, if it's just specifically for children on the spectrum, or if it's broader than that. But from my understanding, she advocated for further respite hours for families. I don't know if it was an actual law
From the
or just a bill.
threats
Sure.
From their followers who follow suit and
Welcome to the Cabana Midwest.
causing me harm. But
Thank you.
that's not the basis of the
Ocean loving lady. Again, with all due respect, Julie, I wouldn't have all this to go over if Julie wouldn't have been talking about it all of these times. I'm not just pulling videos and reviewing Julie. I'm pulling videos of where Julie has intentionally misrepresented or talked about the police reports in her filings. That is what we've been watching, is her attorney talk, her litigation talk, and her police reports. Unfortunately, you want to be mad at Julie, because she has been doing this for months, going back almost a year, with her intent and her motivation. So if Julie wouldn't have put all this out here publicly and said all this, we wouldn't have all this to kind of dissect through and figure out, trying to find the facts, because many of you told me that there were all these threats. When you actually go look at it and hear Julie isn't even clear and concise. In fact, I haven't even pulled the video of Julie acknowledging that these weren't towards her. Oh, wait, we did one of those. We did one of the videos where she says, there's not enough to go to the police over this. However, by the end of it, with the support of her chat, she changes up her mind and files a police report anyways. Yeah, shit like that's really fucking insane.
this. The
There's so many more videos.
basis of this is what Brittany and Craig did.
It's extremely dangerous, because a lot of those people are also the ones that are against cancel culture. I am completely against the channels being taken off YouTube and shit like that. Burnt Toast got yeeted. There's been many channels that I just, what? But it's not, ugh, yeah, for me, it's a no. For me, it's a nope, I'm not going to condone it.
And that's what the police reports are about.
Thank you. I thought so, but I wasn't.
So
sure.
here I'm talking about the second, actually the second.
They'll tell me in like 5 minutes Midwest how long you've been here. I hate that delay. Thank you, Midwest.
No. This was actually the first threat, but I didn't realize there was that threat until
Aries, but here's the problem. This isn't about BJ. Oh, don't start that. You're mad type shit because it's never going to fly over here. I'm not mad. I can't stand people intentionally misrepresenting what is being done and showing how hypocritical they are. We're all hypocrites, but the intentional trying to misrepresent what I'm doing and why, many of us, my chat, who actually understands what we're doing, has been here, and we did the exact same thing we always have done. People told us that we would find sufficient proof of these threats in certain spots. We went and looked together. That's why these lives are so extensive, because we've been very detailed and looking at every single thing. And the further we look, the more that has been intentionally misrepresented. And it gets really maddening because once you see it, you're like, holy fuck, it's not just this once or twice. It's a pattern of changing the stories. Jay or Julie, don't confuse my passion for people not misusing our courts as mad. This is about misuse of our courts. People need to lay their dislike of people aside. They are one and the same. We can prove that until we're blue in the face. They are exactly identical with their behaviors, their mannerisms, their manipulation, their tears, the emotional manipulation, the faith manipulation, all of it. But this isn't about who likes or Amy, with all due respect, the BJ and Julie situation has nothing to do with Greenie. This is completely outside of anything to do with Greenie. Julie is doing the same thing by misrepresenting to the courts statements in the same way that BJ did to Greenie and Barbecue, writing false statements. But outside of that, the Julie and BJ stuff has nothing to do with Greenie. Not saying she can't have her opinion on it. Not saying she has to fucking care. But this situation is two moo cows wasting our court systems. Greenie didn't get to choose. And she not once has done the dirty games like Julie has to try and seek revenge against BJ. Julie's doing that though. Or dislike somebody. This is called filing police reports. See, nope. That is such immature thinking. I'm sorry. That is why victims don't get the proper justice. That's such scary thinking to me. We're already so far back in 2026, and that type of justification, well, it's about time BJ gets a taste of her own medicine. Yeah, you don't have to care, Punky. But the ultimate thing is we should all give a fuck about lying to police and lying to courts. That should be a pretty hard line. But I guess on the internet, people are just like, yeah, fuck, clog up the courts. Cost the fucking counties thousands of dollars. I can't even imagine how much this is costing. I've been trying to figure out how we can determine that, because we have municipal court, superior court, and the waste of police resources all in one, on top of how many times BJ's police reports and her county has been misused too. Just the two of them with their misuse of resources would be a fucking shock of how much it costs. And completely twisting what was said to fit a narrative to support your bullshit. And then finding, Punky, that's not true. That's not true. So again, that's thinking or in the thought process that a DA or a prosecutor signed off on this. That's not even true at this point. We don't have any indication that they picked this up. That's not how these private citizens' complaints work. In a law in New Jersey that you can file a criminal complaint as a private citizen. That part, and Cam, that's the part that most of us want her to be held, her feet held to the fire for who she actually did things to in a court of law. We want the people that she's actually done harm to have justice, not concocted fucking sideline bullshit. This isn't karma. This is forced fucking misuse.
Till I
Good luck.
had already known about the second threat. I know it's confusing, but basically there was a threat.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Punky. I just can't. Isn't that what the courts are for? Filing false police reports to escalate it to misusing our courts? What? So now courts are going to be used for internet squabbles? What?
Made against me, and then
I don't.
how many days later, not even a week later or less, another threat was made against me, but I knew about the second threat before I had heard the first threat, which was made about, I think, 6 days prior, approximately. So here I am talking about it. It was the second one that I had heard of, but it was actually the first one that was made.
You can watch that if you want to in the other live. I'm going to skip forward to the next time anything is mentioned with this shirt or the school. So that's the next part. We're going to look for, make sure, 225. Okay, here we go.
What I say, the internet is forever.
I don't
dressed up
know.
as, well, as I found out, 3 years too late when I deleted the video of Spencer's twin, that somehow that would be recorded and posted somewhere that, or someone's able to, I have no idea how they got that video still. I still don't know.
Punky, I don't know what you mean about BJ will never go to PA. This is, BJ and Julie have nothing to do with their squabble has nothing to do with what's going on in Pennsylvania. Yes, BJ is a plaintiff in Pennsylvania. However, that's in New Jersey, the BJ and Julie stuff. We're not even talking about the Pennsylvania stuff.
Because I deleted it 3 years ago. My son's wearing his senior's t-shirt in the video. He was a senior in high school when we did that.
And there she goes again. Once again, intentionally lying. She's intentionally lying. Go fact check me. I'm not going to pull it up, but go fact check me. Go look at White Boy's page. It's all about optics for her and how she's seen within the community, not whether or not something is right or wrong. Absolutely caffeinated, Duchess. And BJ plays that public optics card too. They all do. Thank you for the support. And Debbie, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana. Headphone warning or volume warning. Okay, we're going to skip to the next part where the school in the shirt is mentioned, which will be about the 3-hour, 4-minute mark. So again, it's mentioned because we went back over this again.
And then it says describe.
Here is a reminder where the claim is. So this is what Julie filed for the private citizen's complaint. And you'll hear that statement.
The incident in detail. Under that, it reads, there has been an escalation in December of 2025 of cyber harassment, repeated threatening statements, and alarming, menacing conduct targeting me. Communicated electronically over social media and documented in 3 police reports filed with the North Hadelton.
Yeah, Tara, I didn't watch it intentionally because, again, I told you guys the other day I wouldn't be watching. I'm okay with them disagreeing with my stance on this. However, I'm not going to back down because the facts that we went to search for that people told me straight to my face were there in existence have turned out to be blatant lies. And the more we've unraveled, the more blatant lies that people have told in support of this. So for me, I'm not as concerned about people's perception or, things like that. Because as I said before, if they actually care about the facts, there's no way people would be justifying this. There's just no way. Especially people who have had this done to them. But again, we've got a special circumstance here. because I also don't blame them for feeling who gives a fuck what Julie does to her. But that's so minor in comparison to the big picture here. I hope that makes sense. What concerned me was when I saw Hartley's post and Julie's fucking people, Island High, over there trying to once again mislead people. I'm done with it. I'm fucking done with you people lying. I'm fucking straight up with the fucking blowing smoke up my goddamn ass and telling me something happened that we know for a fucking fact in real time it didn't happen.
And PD, Craig Black and Brittany Jackson, over their YouTube channel with over 20,000 subscribers, made explicit threats of violence, suggesting bodily harm and death, causing me fear and significant
100%. Yep. And FU, I actually stated that if the police found the statements to be threatening enough, or there were direct threats that the police felt that they could charge, absolutely. And I've said that numerous times. If there were valid threats, like I was told there were, I don't remember if you guys remember that, people told me specifically to my face that there were absolute death threats made to Julie. I went and looked because Julie had detailed the dates. And then I found one video after another of her misrepresenting everything. And the statements that she has said were threatening to her have changed. She's added to them. She has made them into one statement. She has misrepresented things that we know weren't being said about her. In fact, they're phrased as they, as a direct threat to her. That for me would change a lot. If there was enough to support those threats and police found it, it would change it all. But when we know, based on Julie's words, what she has claimed publicly, and then in this affidavit, I have a huge issue.
emotional distress.
Motherfuckers, this is why I have an island anyways. Just telling you, if you don't expect it, like, I think a lot of you got the wrong impression of me if you think that just because I'm friends with somebody that I'm going to agree with them over shit like this. I'm never going to sell out my morals or my ethics to agree with somebody on the internet. This is such a bigger picture to me. And now I'm getting called anti-woman. I'm getting blamed for if a child has a seizure, the same fucking shit Brittany does, the same exact shit. You're not going to blow smoke up my ass anymore. I'm done with it. But I can still have an okay space and disagree with somebody. What I can't handle is all these fucking sideline lies and now the manipulation of Julie and her people, and in real time misleading and using children to weaponize. That's what I will never fucking be okay with.
Also, Brittany Jackson obtained and knowingly displayed content of my autistic, recognized disabled by the state of New Jersey, son that I had deleted years ago because he does not.
Green-eyed PI. To that statement right there, just so you know, when Julie filed the police, or not the police report, the copyright claim, she actually states in that video where she is detailing, she said they will have my address now and potentially my phone number because that is something I had to fill out. So before that even happened, Julie acknowledges that she, with that copyright claim, she had to give them that. Now, from my understanding, after Craig was served, he made a statement about, we have your address. And Cam, yeah, Julie last night. Right. And Debbie, these are just things I'm not willing to back down on. Like, I'm not going to back down on this for anybody. I'm just not. I worry myself more about actual victims than I ever will. Do you guys realize that Julie, oh, I'll play that. Give me a minute.
Not want to appear on social media.
Give me a minute.
Both myself and my autistic son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. The conduct of Craig Black and Brittany Jackson caused fear and emotional distress to me and my autistic son. And then
Earlier on, I broke this down, but we have since viewed the video in its full entirety of where she pulled up War Eagle's post Just so you know, the only identifying information is senior written across his t-shirt. And we know for a fact that that video was publicly available as of even a year ago.
It is signed
So there, once again, I say, what is there?
by Julie, and the date is January 8th of 2026. So yeah, there's that. Thank you for watching this video. If you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up and give me a subscribe if you haven't. Have a good day.
So that is the beautiful, amazing, allegedly speculating. And that is the form, one of them that Julie filed. Craig was on it. She crossed him out. And then it just became about Brittany.
You're talking about which one?
And this video that we are watching here is 5 days after that. So she filled that out on January 8th, or it's signed on January 8th. And this is January 13th, when she explains once again what she is doing or attempting to do. And she once again has misrepresented the statements that were actually made on the 4th, the 10th, and the 26th about her child, who they were made by, direct. Yeah, the whole thing is, it's way worse than I ever anticipated, you guys. Way fucking worse. Island High, this is your shortened little 8-hour stream, since it's hard for you guys to navigate this shit. I know like 3 comments get you guys all stuck, and you're trying to debate how, you know, some comment about $1,100 could potentially, you know, mean a hitman and shit. You know, I know it's hard for you guys to actually follow. I was actually embarrassed. Somebody said in a comment section, Julie is so educated and so well researched. And I'm like, have you been watching the same thing? I was embarrassed for the person because I'm like, she can do family trees. She can dox the fuck out of random people that she don't like. But her research and her maneuvering sucks.
Are you talking about the one where Craig threatens somebody else, making them into Swiss cheese? Are you talking about where he threatens Cletus? Are you talking about where he threatens me? Are you talking about where Brittany shows?
I know. I mean, Hartley, I felt so freaking bad as soon as I saw them starting to like come over there and gaslight you. That's why I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm not allowing this. Like, I'm not allowing Hartley to take shit for what I very publicly did. And Belinda, I went back and watched the first portion of your video today that I missed. Good idea. Chaptering these out. Thank you guys. Tell me. I'll pull it back up. Hold on. Sorry, toggling. I've got too many tabs open right now. No, I'll probably ask you later some advice on that, because I've only done it like once or twice, but I'll just text you, because that was a great idea, because it's even hard for me to go back and it's so easy to follow. If you're here, these flow so easy, but if you're not, it's probably hard to find these little pieces. So I have no problem doing that. I just need advice on how, but that was great advice. Thank you for that. Let me find the right tab. I can't tell that. All I can tell on the shirt, you would have to scroll in. I know, but it's bullshit, Hart, to see. It's fucking bullshit. And here you go. Here you go. All I can tell on the shirt, you would have to scroll in to see. But to my knowledge, no. You see the comment on the screen, you mean it doesn't have the school name on it? And I pulled it up right there and I said, no. It says senior. And then what I'm referencing is there obviously is some other little under the R over here on the shirt. I can't tell what the fuck it is. My eyesight's good, but I don't know what it is. If it's like a year fucking an abbreviation, I have no idea. There is no information about his high school, which is exactly what Julie claimed that BJ did in this. She stated right here that I had deleted it years ago because he does not want to appear on social media. Both myself and my autistic son were taunted. And although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. The conduct of Craig and Brittany God, this is so hard. Caused fear and emotional distress to me and my autistic son. It's really hard to read her writing. So that's her claim in that. Here you go. Here you go. This is what is shown. And I'm answering this question. So there does look to be potentially letters. It says senior, but it is not mentioned. And I can't tell if there's letters under here or what they are, or a year. It could be seniors and then the year potentially. But I don't know where the public school. Yeah, no, we've all looked at it. School colors, maybe. Yeah, but how many schools have the same? Somebody in the comment section, maybe the school colors is what she's referencing in essence, that identified the school. How many schools across the country have the same colors? And here's the ultimate piece of this. In that video, he was a senior. He obviously has not been in school for years. He's an adult. So that would be irrelevant, but it didn't even happen. It didn't happen, although she claims it in her filing to the court. Do you see what I'm saying? Colors. No, not at all. I never will. No, you're good. How many schools have the same colors? A lot.
My autistic stepson, who I don't say his name, and she says that she's heard me before walk past his room and say his name.
Many people have actually heard him. There's one story that I've heard from multiple people in the comment section that she was on a live stream one day. One of them walked behind her. She said his name as they walked into the kitchen. And there's numerous things that people have recalled of her using their names, which we have not done. And again, I didn't edit any of that out. War Eagle's post that Brittany pulled up is redacted. So even what BJ showed from War Eagles was fully redacted. I didn't do any of that. That was redacted on its own.
Well, he does live here in this house, and it's possible that I made a mistake and said his name one time. I don't know, but it's weird that she's watching that close, and everybody knows the intention is not to have him on the screen. So which video of Craig making threats to somebody are you talking about? Or Brittany?
Actually, when Brittany reads the post, because she's scrolling over War Eagle's post, his name in the post is marked out and she says blank. BJ said blank. She didn't say his name and it's crossed out. His name's crossed out. And what's really interesting out of this too, how many of you that have been watching this with me have heard Julie say that he was doxxed, that Brittany and friends doxxed the twin? That was her initial claim over and over and over again in the videos that we had been watching. So to see her actual written statement here, now there could be more with her police reports depending on what she said. But in this statement, it doesn't say anything about him actually being doxxed. It says that they were taunted and his public school at the time of the video was identified.
The conduct of Craig Black and Brittany Jackson.
I don't have to even watch any more of that because you guys, I'm sure, know what I'm saying. His face is crossed out.
Putting up the picture.
They're both listed. That's the only time I just bumped it forward. And what I referenced here was in her book that she has promoted very publicly, and on the advertising page for it, in the forward, she has both of their names in the book. You can't blame other people for what you've already put out here publicly. Sent me that to prove, Beck, it's public. And sure as shit, it's there.
He's wearing, my stepson is wearing his high school t-shirt when he was a senior in high school. Yeah, I know it was Kenna. I'm just trying to make the point. They said the video is still up. And my point is to that person is there's multiple videos and multiple police reports.
And that's intentional misrepresentation too, because she claims over and over again that this specific video with the twin has been removed. It was removed 3 years ago. Here she once again is acknowledging that there are multiple videos. So it seems like she is very aware that this video is still in existence. She's just playing games here while she knows it's available. I think it's rage bait, just like when BJ puts up stuff with her kids.
There's threats against me and there's threats against other people. I don't know what they're referring to because he has a history.
I don't know.
Not a
I think the problem for me, Priceless, is it's one and the same with what they're doing. The misuse of police resources, courts. I've said that till I'm blue in the face, and I'll continue to say that. But I think the problem for me that excels Julie over BJ in a lot of pieces is the fact of how quick she always is to weaponize the young men. One who she verbally states cannot consent. That for me has a grimy factor to it. BJ uses her kids as a weapon and a shield too. But Julie, that's the foundation. That's her foundation. And it is the most dehumanizing thing I've ever seen, how she talks about them.
right. We've heard her use her.
Do you guys want me to redact the page and show you guys from the book? I can redact. Hey, stop. I can redact it and show you guys.
Children's names, but we are respectful enough not to speak their names. And she put it up, and he was a high school and it was.
Oh my gosh! And another thing, poor Hartley's comments. Julie's not suing anybody. No shit. She's threatened to sue everybody and their fucking dog. We know she's trying to take criminal complaints in an RO. We get it. We get what she's doing, but she's threatened to sue everybody and their fucking dog. Maybe even their goddamn hamster and probably a scorpion fucking too. Jesus, people. They get stuck on the stupidest shit to miss the big points.
It was up on my TikTok. When I first went on TikTok, I had 0 followers.
I felt so bad looking at Hartley's comments. I instantly was like, nope, I'm not letting Hartley do this. Like, nope.
And, I had a video where I was interviewing him about what it's like to grow up as a sibling of an autistic sibling. I mean, he's autistic and his brother's autistic, although Spencer is profoundly autistic. He was totally nonverbal for the first 6 years.
She claimed she filed on behalf of him. Yeah, she sure did. She claimed that he was a co-plaintiff. We don't have any indication that that's true, except for now we have seen that probable cause statement, but she said she filed on behalf of him. Sure did. Autumn, we have that clip too.
Years of his life, what that was that like, to have a twin.
I did show it. I redacted and just showed that page, which is very publicly all over. It's the book Julie has been talking about, not the one that she is in the works of writing, The Gangster in the Family. It's the one to do with autism, but she proudly promoted that everywhere, and the names are in there. She does make the statement last night, something about last names. I have no clue where she even pulled that out of her ass.
Brother who couldn't speak.
She does. She absolutely does.
Right. They're not talking about Spence. They aren't talking about BJ and Craig. They're talking about Spencer's twins video.
Yeah. Blocked. Yeah.
So, and it's one I deleted over 3 years ago, and he was in high school, and he's wearing this high school shirt, and he asked me weeks after I put that video up and I started to get more followers on TikTok. Again, when I went on TikTok, I had 0 followers.
Yeah, Bobby, it was brought to YouTube, I know and have knowledge of, over a year ago. It's still in a public live stream of somebody scrolling through her Facebook and pulling the video up. So I don't know where I deleted it 3 years ago. I have no idea. It's just craziness. It's craziness.
I didn't know I was going to get so many followers as fast as I got them. And
This has nothing to do with Clue. Nothing to do with Clue.
he said he didn't want to be on my social media anymore. And I told him I would take that video down. I deleted it. And I said I wouldn't say his name. I would refer to him as Spencer's twin or Spencer's brother. And I've abided by that, as has Al. We've respected that for 3 years, over 3 years now. So Brittany putting his face across her screen, talking about the video, taunting me, taunting a child with autism. Thank you, Hildy. She says, remember, you have a lot of support, Julie. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way, Hildy. I got to tell you.
Oh, my Lanta, I've questioned that myself too. Or maybe she thought she deleted it and then realized she didn't. And so this is part of that. But I have such a hard time with the fact that she is putting that in the complaint, lying about his high school being identified, lying about him being taunted, and then goes on to blame anybody and everybody with this seizure disorder. If he has and is stressed out, the only way he would know this young man is if she's going to him and telling him lies, because there's nothing that was done or said against the young man at all. Not a single thing.
Doesn't always feel that way, but thank you. So let me just,
and look, we have tried every single which way. We have had some very open, hypothetical, well, what about this? Trying to give her the benefit of the doubt on so many things. I lost that yesterday when I saw the actual probable cause statement she made. That's when I lost it, because up until that point, I was willing to say that there's all this evidence that we don't know about. Now we know. And I'm sorry, it's just not matching. And then to watch her lie in real time the way she has, Julie's scared about her lies being exposed.
cut this off for a second and tell you right straight out.
I'm grabbing it. Hold
Not
on.
cut this off, but stop sharing for a second and tell you straight out that the stuff about Spencer's twin, came Christmas Day. Do you know that? Do you know the day? What day Brittany put Spencer's twin's picture from when he was in high school? The video I deleted 3 years before and taunted me with it was on December 25th.
All right. I'm going to show you guys this off my phone because it's being stupid, per usual, but this is where I have it. So bear with me here. Let me take this off the screen. Again, this is from the book that she promotes herself. Sorry, I'm sitting right here. So right there, you can see. This is from her book. I'll read it to you. But you see at the very bottom, it says Spencer and I blacked out the name. Spencer and I'll read it to you. Hank, get away. Oh yeah, it's all over online by Julie. Yep. So what that says is, I'm just going to read you that last paragraph. Then in 2010, I was a divorced mother with a typical tween of my own when I met Al, the man who became the love of my life. Al was a single father with full-time custody of identical twin boys, Spencer and Blaine. So, yep, there you go.
Thank you, Green-eyed. Was Christmas Day. She did it that one. And I know because I went to the police.
It came minutes before I started this live, Belinda, so I haven't set it up yet, but I'm going to after this live stream.
On December 26th. And they viewed the video. They viewed all the videos and audios, listened to the audios, watched the videos, whatever there was to watch. They listened to the one where Craig said to me on, I can't remember now, December 10th, I believe. So this was later in the month. He called me an old bitch, an old witch.
What is she talking about? That's not illegal, Julie. I hate to break it to you, but calling you an old bitch or an old witch, you called me a fucking ragged whore, or tried to, but you ended up calling yourself that because you don't understand where the name of my channel came from. But you can't, Julie.
An old granny.
Who cares?
Just a straight up bitch, he called me.
Who cares?
They referred to me by name or new nickname, Skull Snatch. But obviously addressing me 14 times in that live stream.
Blah, blah, fucking blah.
It's everywhere.
Stargazer, did you see what I just showed with the book where it's written? I made sure I pulled it up for you because you said yes, you would like to see it. So if you need to, I can get it to load, I'm sure.
You have played a part in this too. Tell me what your point is, Tiff. Do you not understand that I made a I made a video of my child more than 3 years ago that I deleted at his request? And everybody understands that. Using that to dox him and taunt him and me is called harassment.
And now we have the claim of him being doxxed again. You've seen what was done. It's not doxing. No matter how many times you try to spin this, it's not going to be doxing. Miss Fletcher, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Cabana. And Missy, thank you for the gifted membership. Welcome to the Cabana. Right back to doxing. However, in her statement, that's not the claim.
That's harassment, Tiff. Do you think?
Okay, now she's claiming it was a video on the 25th, not the 26th. Let me go pull that video and see what I can find. Because I want to look at the 25th now. That Tina, I'm entitled not to like this bitch. I don't have to like her, and I can go on and fucking on. I could drag her for fucking filth if I wanted to. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going on and on because Julie has lied on and 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 on in multiple fucking videos. So this isn't about me and my personal feelings. This is called the facts of her misusing our fucking court systems and our police. Just the same as BJ. No different. It's fucking weird. Some of you are fucking weird that she continues to say the date of the 25th because that's the 26th. Let me look. I think that 25th is, but I still, let me go pull it.
My son deserves on Christmas Day to have an image from a video he asked to be deleted, which I followed that 3 years before, that somebody that was not on YouTube. It was on TikTok. It was deleted off of TikTok. It was never on YouTube. It was brought to YouTube by Brittany and Company. That was not on YouTube. Do you understand, Tiff, that Tiff from Texas? Do you understand, Tiff from Texas, that when I went on TikTok and made that video, I didn't even have 1,000 followers at that time. I now have over 70,000 followers on TikTok.
Again, this is intentional fucking circle fucking talk. None of this fucking matters.
I deleted it when I didn't even have 1,000 followers.
It's obviously not deleted, Julie. And that's what people have told you over and fucking over again. Over and over again. To the point where you are now lying about its doxing, lying about his school being identified, lying about every fucking thing you possibly can.
So therefore,
Fuck yeah,
He-
I am.
that it's okay for
Yeah, it's called I'm over the fucking bullshit. And if you can't handle an assertive person defending the fucking truth and the facts and not being gaslit, then if rude is the term, I'll be that fucking rude bitch. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I'm done playing the fucking games with a bunch of grown adults trying to justify weaponizing our court systems and lies. I'm done with it. If that makes me rude because I stand for something, then I'll proudly be a fucking rude bitch.
Brittany and company to put his name out there to show his image with his face blurred, but his high school shirt on it after it's been deleted for over 3 years. And I don't know how they got it when I deleted it. And I've had friends try to look for it and been unable to locate it. The reason people have seen it.
You fuckers forget that I've been here, done that. When I started detailing the filings, what BJ did and how she weaponized, and we walked that timeline. Same fucking thing. The same people that supported and agreed and justified what BJ was doing and how much she was in fear for her physical safety came out of the bushes to try and distract and deflect and call me all the fucking things. Same with when we backed through the RICO and the racketeering by At Night and all those guys and went through all that fucking clownery. Same thing. People want to justify the weirdest fucking shit over hate bonding. It's something I can't wrap my head around, and I'm glad I don't live in that space.
Is because someone got it? Right, Della. And even though he is an adult now, because both of my sons, both boys are.
And I 100% can confirm within the last year, it was publicly available because it was scrolled to on her Facebook during a live stream and they played the video.
Registered with the Department of Developmental Disability, AKA they are recognized by the state of New Jersey, who runs the Department of Developmental Disabilities. And they are registered with them. It's not like I say you have to register them. No, there's a process. They have to decide if they can be registered, if they are eligible to be considered disabled.
Revival, I guess I need to call Tyrone.
Have developmental disabilities. So even as an adult, they are both recognized by the state of New Jersey as having a disability, both boys. Spencer is more severe, clearly.
Okay, what I think she's doing, because what I'm looking at right here is this must have been a live stream that started on the 25th of December. So December 25th. So I walk through the dates just to make sure that they're correct. We figure that out. I'm going to bump it forward.
And the victim in this case, I'm talking about Spencer's twin brother. In this instance, the other threat from Craig I was talking about before I was disrupted was
let's go to where the shirt.
Oh yeah, on that one from I think it was around.
And if anybody else wants to or know what we're, I also prove. Okay, and then I start with this whole fucking discussion. Let's see, I got all of the shirt stuff right. Yep. Okay, so then here's the next time the shirt and the school are mentioned.
She is showing the picture of him.
Because this is what she did in real time while I was streaming. Here was her lie last night in real time.
Face blotted out. She is focusing in on his t-shirt.
Focusing in. I said if you scroll in. And that was specifically about whatever is under that little R there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
When he was a senior in high school, he's wearing a t-shirt.
What happened to this Julie that doesn't lie? What happened to the Julie that doesn't lie? Julie, what happened to you not lying? And you know what, Julie? This behavior right here is forcing people to come and see what is actually being done. Thank you.
Points out in the video.
I'm telling you, Auburn, I got freaking whiplash when she did this This is the exact same BJ saying I was clipping and timestamping just her children, which then escalated to her subs calling me a child predator, just the same that Julie's subs are doing. It's wash, fucking rinse, repeat. And I'm getting whiplash from these fucks who are all trying to condone misuse of the court. Like, let's put that into perspective. They're fighting to defend people who are lying, blatantly lying in everybody's faces, and justifying misusing our courts and police resources. Get fucked. And then half of these people claim that they're true crime connoisseurs.
What the t-shirt says. She's looking for a logo on his t-shirt for his school logo.
Because that's what you claimed. And I said, my opinion, there is nothing of that. It says senior and potentially a year underneath. Yes. It's fucking crazy. Oofed an A to feed a Julie. Yikes. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper, don't you?
She's asking if people can identify that logo.
Thanks, Cash, for the money. I am rude and crude. It's not a logo. I have no tolerance for fucking blatantly being lied to straight to my face and smoke being blown up my ass. I'm over it. We're too old for this shit. That might have worked years ago, but nah, fuck this. It says senior, and I can't tell if it's a year or 3 letters.
She's showing
right?
Identifying information about him on her live stream.
I'm showing identifying information about him. Who did Bog mention? She is so full of shit. Thank you, Jen. Nonsense tries to be fair and looks for the truth. Well, I've been overly kind and fair in this situation. I've actually been really nice. Who are you guys talking about? I'll have to look and see who you're talking about. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, Stephanie. Yep, once again. Delusional by choice. 100%.
She's dissecting other parts of not only that video, but things
hey, big girl,
having to do with my life prior to ever coming to YouTube.
Huh? Oh. Wait, what did she just say? Did you guys just catch that? Oh, fuck. Up to good. I gotcha.
Having to do with my life prior to ever coming to YouTube, prior to even being on TikTok.
What? Is she talking about the book? Is she talking about her including the name in her book? Thank you for understanding my intent here. I appreciate it. Book and what that last paragraph in her book says? Is that what she's talking about here that I showed this? You just heard what I showed and the 3 sentences that I read from that. Julie, is this what you're talking about? That last paragraph in your book that I blocked the name out, Spencer and it's 2, the 2010 part that I read. It's 2 sentences that I actually read. Jesus, not even 3. Is that what she's talking about?
Pointing out the first names and last names of my children.
Yeah.
And who are both
I don't either.
Autistic. And
I feel so bad. And once again, classifying them as a diagnosis because you're a disgusting bitch.
Absolutely abhorrent. It is disgusting.
We were all sitting here at this point in time watching this in real time going, did we all fucking blank out and have amnesia? Because none of that happened.
She's everything that she claims to be against.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything at all, Aunt Maddie. I'm not doing anything to her. This is all, she's promoted that book. And lo and behold, that's why I said, like, she cannot claim that any of this was doxing when she's promoted the very things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Julie.
I have no words.
I
literally have no words for this woman. She is not a victim's advocate. She is not for women. She.
Oh, Julie. Oh, good Lord. Sure. Now I'm anti-woman. Hear me roar. Do 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 do. How dare you promote this writer's writing that she sells to complete strangers on Amazon? Thank you, Bree. Right.
Is not for people who are harmed. She is not for people who have the right to say no
What?
when they themselves were filmed.
What? Hold up. Hold up. Sorry, one more fucking moment of my jaw on the floor. I went from an extreme liberal, Brittany, an extreme feminist liberal, leftist. I think I was called an extreme leftist, feminist, liberal, to now hating women. Welcome to 2026 when I don't even know what I identify anymore. I'll ask Julie next time I need to know. Okay, thanks. I'm not for people who can say no. You filmed him, Julie. You filmed him and put him on social media, Julie. How? If he said no to you. What are you doing? This is.
She is not for people who have the right to say no when they themselves were filmed, to be brought to an entire new platform and say no to that.
Here, you want me to
Would
piss
she
you
be
off?
okay with?
You want me to really piss you off, Julie? You're welcome. Don't fuck with me again. Or lie on me. I mean, you can fucking review me, but stop the lies.
I've seen you do this to people, let's say like Clue, for example, but not only Clue, Queen, there's other people you've done it to, you know, hurt people, hurt kids. And even though my children are adults, well, Spencer has a significant intellectual disability, therefore we have guardianship. He can never, everybody who talks about consent, Spencer cannot give consent to anything. Al and I have been granted by a court, a judge. Spencer was given his own attorney to represent his interests, to get guardianship of him, because he needs to be taken care of for the rest of his life. So Al and I, who know Spencer best and have his best interests in mind, make all the decisions. Nobody out here, I don't give a shit what you think. I don't care about your fucking judgment, Rowena.
Oh, this is the one that Rowena
I protect my child's dignity. Our lives are lived not just on the internet. They're lived in public. They're not just lived.
I just wanted you to be very well aware that she has admitted to this. Yes, the courts have granted. That's a typical situation. But if that doesn't make you feel some sort of fucking way with her acknowledging that and then what she posts, knowing that she knows and admits that there's no consent that can be given appropriately, yeah, fuck off, Julie. Oh, hold on. You lost audio. Hold on. Let me disconnect you and reconnect you. Back to my video. Oh, shit. T. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana. And Leo, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. Here, let's take a woosah. It's always fun to look at baby Kyle. Oh, no. Let's look at another Julie act.
Time is of the essence, you know, sometimes when you're dealing with a bullying situation. Julie, it's impressive how many tears you have. It takes a lot for me to cry. It's impressive. Okay, thank you. I gave myself an award, fake award, in a funny video I did on the best, like I said, People's Choice Award, Best Crying Creator. And I had Al pretend that we had a delivery of something for People's Choice Awards and gave myself an award. I said, look, I won Best Crying Creator.
You guys are all curious what else she said about Rowena, so let me look. Back to this, and I'll check that video to see if she talks more about Rowena.
Would she be okay this being done to?
Yes, Julie. In fact, if the situation was that I was lying to police and using my children and misrepresenting, I would hope that somebody would call my ass to the carpet and say, bitch, you posted this. You posted this. And then you're weaponizing it and lying about it. Yep. I would hope and expect it to be done. Sure would. Yep. That's why I'm very aware that I say my girls' names and I say my adult child's name and she comes on here. Fully consents. My oldest. The other two are minors. I don't do that to them. Not at all. But yep, the expectation from me would be. Sure would.
To her own children who live with her?
Yeah, my daughter has made it into thumbnail. Oh, I forgot I said this. And all sorts of stuff. She's a young adult. And once again, I'm not using them in legal bullshit like you are. So if I'll never be like BJ and her and use them in court filings as a weapon. I was blaming somebody for doing something to my children in legal filings. Absolutely. If I put it out here publicly, they have the right to say whatever they want. I talk about my kids all the time. Absolutely do. And if it made it into legal filings and I lied about the context of it, people have every right to do this. Yep. 100%. Clip that, save it, because I'll never do what you do.
I don't understand what she attempts to gain from this.
Rowena, just so you know, I'll wait a minute and wait till I'm done with this little debunking, and then I'll go back to that one. And she talked about you a few other times in that one, and I'll play that. I knew there was one that she's admitted in multiple that he can't give consent.
This is now the second time in a matter of only a couple days that she has shown his picture that was filmed when he was a senior in high school, focusing in, trying to identify the high school,
And here she goes again. This is now, these claims are to me. She is claiming that I did this, that I was focusing in trying to identify his high school, his mascot. You've heard everything that I said. Go back. Transcript. If you don't trust me, go back. Transcript it on your own. The shirt, the school, and look at what is said. Nothing even remotely of the sort. The only thing that was mentioned is I can't see or couldn't see under there. But Julie's claim in this little affidavit doesn't match. That's what the problem is. And her words don't match. Clip that, save it, because I'll never do what you do.
I don't understand what she attempts to gain from. This is now the second time in a matter of only a couple days that she has shown.
The fuck she didn't lie, Autumn. The fuck she didn't lie. She's straight up lying why I showed that and what the intent was and where it's from. But she lied to begin with about where the source of the video is, it being deleted to begin with. Like, the whole fucking thing is built on a hill of lies. What the fuck are people? What is wrong with people?
His picture that was filmed when he was a senior in high school, focusing in, trying to identify the high school, the mascot.
Unreal. What? Okay, please tell me did I fucking hallucinate? Did somebody slip me something and I did something out of body here? Wow. That's shocking. Autumn, you were on the fence and waiting for the facts. Did I just hallucinate and do a bunch of stuff and ask you guys to find the mascot the high school, any of this stuff? Did any of this just happen? Did any of this happen?
And bringing him to a platform that he never wanted to be a part of, and that Al and I have worked very hard.
Fucking manipulative bitch. You notice how she has a problem with me, even though she used this in her claims to a court? You notice she don't have this energy for where this video is? That video's still up.
For 3 years, not saying his name,
Ironic.
not showing his picture, not making videos
Oh, yeah,
of him.
of course.
And I'm absolutely disgusted. I don't know what else to do.
Oh my God, you should stop lying. You should really stop lying. Bog, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. You should really stop lying, Julie. Yeah, I would have never shown him if he wasn't redacted or his name was there. Ever. But because of the lies and how she has used this, because I don't think Crime Junkie, I don't think they know what Julie has used. I think they were misled. Julie has been manipulating people. I could be wrong, but I think that she has told people what she wanted them to know. Fucking call Tyrone. This tone, yeah. This is unreal. This is wild. Nonsense. I just wanted to thank you for when you played that part of her belittling me when I asked her a genuine question about her copyright suit. I also want to add that I tried to answer her question. Captain, okay, let me continue to move on because I want to get to anything about the school and the shirt because that's what she is claiming. You can go hear that video. It was real time, fucking straight up blatant ass lies, one after the other. Let's see. Was there anything else? 339. We're already past that. Here you go. Next time. There was no discussion. Like, no, I don't even think anybody in the comment section mentioned a mascot. What I said was it says senior across his shirt. And I said, I don't think I can sound that manipulative and weak and pathetic. And I don't have notes right here to read and try to lie to people in real time. We were talking about, because she's trying to put it off in this live stream that no school was mentioned or put out there. And so I said, the shirt says senior. And then there's a little tiny piece under the shirt, like where it says senior. I can't tell if it's a date. And at the end of the fucking day, he's not a senior going on fucking for years now. And he's an adult that she admits. But she's using it in her court fucking probable cause statement. What the fuck is wrong with her? Or like PHS, something like that. You can't tell. I can't see. So that's what I was mentioning, but no mention of a mascot. Somebody said maybe it's the school colors or something of that nature, but there was nothing even mentioned about a mascot. Not at all. This is, you know what I'm going to do? Everything is fucking redacted. I'm going to bump forward to any other place. And he's a young adult in those stills. The only thing that you can see is senior across his shirt. And then there's some little, possibly a date or lettering underneath the R and S of seniors or senior. So we went over it and showed, and we were discussing, okay, this is completely different than what she claims in this video. I haven't checked my email yet. That is said and stated. Well, Julie did this just a few minutes ago. Okay, we looked at that again. We've already seen that. She lied. Shocking, right? I'm just like, woo-hoo-hoo. That's still her lying. Let's see. Was there anything else?
Sure.
There's no picture of the child. The shirt is the only thing you can identify. It said from start to finish, it's about 12 minutes. The only thing, there's just me once again debunking her. Okay. So Moral of the story, sure as fuck didn't do anything of the sort. Caffeinated Duchess. Becky didn't show anything other than the shirt that says senior. His face was hidden. The only ID was Julie saying that it was his twin. No mascot, no even discussion of a mascot. There was a couple questions asked. I don't understand this, Hartley, and I'm really, again, I can't apologize enough that you're getting fucking even pulled into this shit because of how you clipped that, and you clipping because you were here in real time as this was going on. So I apologize that you're getting pulled into it too. And the fucking lies are being spewed in your comment section by Julie's people.
What should I do, Rowena, in that case? When hundreds of people are looking at my child.
So this is back to the Rowena. There's the end of that, though. That's what was shown. But that is all because, again, just to wrap that up. So if anybody is confused and coming in late, Julie made a claim in this document submitted to the court. Here you go.
Brittany.
I'll just play this. It's 3 minutes.
I will pull this document up. It will be watermarked. If you want this document without the watermark, you can find it on my Patreon, which will be linked below. We are going to go through this document. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom in. It is a certification in support of probable cause in the county of Passaic. Date of incident, 3 incidents in December.
I really want to fucking know, though, why she hasn't made a big stink in videos about the person who has the whole video up.
2025, December 4th, December 10th, and December 25th. Municipality is going to be North Hazelton. I offer the following facts and information to establish probable cause in this complaint against, and it looks like Craig's name is marked out, but originally it said Craig Black and Brittany N. Jackson. Craig Black has been marked out, and now it just says Brittany N. Jackson. And then it reads, whom I would like to charge with, and then we got NJSA 2C33-41, criminal cyber harassment. Over here on the side, there is a note that says, I have typed and detailed more on 2 pages my police reports. That's what this square thing says right here. The first question says, how do you know the identity of the person you are charging? And Julie wrote, via YouTube, became aware of them when they included me in an exhibit in a lawsuit in PA against 2 other YouTube creators. And then it says, describe the incident in detail. Under that, it reads, there has been an escalation in December of 2025 of cyber harassment, repeated threatening statements, and alarming, menacing conduct targeting me. Communicated electronically over social media and documented in 3 police reports filed with the North Hazelton PD, Craig Black and Brittany Jackson over their YouTube channel with over 20,000 subscribers, made explicit threats of violence, suggesting bodily harm and death, causing me fear and significant emotional distress. Also, Brittany Jackson obtained and knowingly displayed content of my autistic, recognized disabled by the state of New Jersey, son that I had deleted years ago because he does not want to appear on social media. Both myself and my autistic son were taunted, and although Miss Jackson blurred his face, she revealed identifying his public school at the time of the video. The conduct of Craig Black and Brittany Jackson caused fear and emotional distress to me and my autistic son. And then it is signed by Julie, and the date is January 8th of 2026.
So again, that was the claim that was made. This, I'm going to play a part right here while I wait for Rowena to come up. But I'm going to play a part of this video that I came across last night that I find to be horrifying to add to all of this. We watched it last night, but oh, she's already here. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
How are you? Oh, sure. Give me 1 second really quick.
Okay.
Big Girl for Life, thank you for becoming a member. And Sherry, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana. Thank you guys for the support. Tell me
Hey,
that I'm gonna lose my mind.
hey, how's it going?
It's I feel bad. Hartley is getting blowback, like insanity and gaslit and smoke fucking coming out people's ears because she clipped what I said. So
Um,
that's where I'm at. How are you?
his real comment. I'm good. I just got my roots done. Hey. Um, not like in the spring break beach traffic. It's nuts here. It's absolutely insanity. You shouldn't have to sit at a stoplight, for 3 rotations. But I just want to address something. Julie, mm, um, you can have any opinion of me that you want because that is your right. You can have that opinion of me, but it goes both ways. I can have the opinion of you, but can I just speak freely? I'm not going to burn it down, but I'm going to share some stuff of where I'm coming from and why this is my passion. Julie, when I was first introduced to your channel, you know, when you were doing all the weirdo stuff that you were doing about Chris and Katie and talking about Sebastian and his grandmother and Katie put him in the bathroom and all that weird stuff you were doing, right? I was showing your TikTok channel to where you you film your son having a meltdown and you put it on social media.
Mm.
I had a problem with that, and I'm not going to come at you as a nurse and with medical knowledge. I'm going to come at you with, and I do mean at, ma'am. I'm going to come at you with a caregiver. Me personally, this is just me. Nobody else can, you don't have to agree with me, and I ain't looking at chat, don't give a fuck. But let me tell you something. For over 40 years, and I don't want to cry, my dad was blessed enough to find a good woman that had 2 children, and he married her. And one of those children, I'm not going to give out her diagnosis. But hey, life would have been easier if she was as functioning as Spencer is. And that's the first time I've said his name. I can't believe I said it. I'm sorry. I don't
You're
say
okay.
his name.
You're okay.
But I'm going to tell you what my family did. You said that your son is has seizures. Yeah, so did my sister. And I don't call her my stepsister because I don't like those kind of labels. I refer to my stepmother as my stepmother because my biological mother is still alive. And I show her respect. But my sister, is the reason why your son doesn't vomit when if he's on Depakote. And don't tell me his medication. But if he is, my sister was part of that huge study. My sister lived. She was the oldest living person in the southeast part of this entire fucking country. Forget the state. And you know why? It's because of the care we gave. And the problem that I've had with you is that you have come on this internet and you have exploited him, saying that he can't give consent. Why? Tell me why. I know about the needs he has going to the restroom. You tell me that. And I'm going to tell you something. Look, me, this is what I did. I didn't write a fucking book. I didn't put her on Facebook. I don't put her on the internet. Nobody knows her name. Her nickname is Bug. And you know why it is? Because a wasp landed on her arm when we were a kid, and I went to go swipe it off of her so it didn't sting her. And it dropped over dead because of all the medication that she was on for her seizures and stuff. She never spoke a word. But I'll tell you what I did with my life. I became a nurse because of my sister. I didn't exploit her. I don't exploit her. I don't speak on her on here. And then you came at me one time and you said, people just want him to be hidden. No, bitch. No. I've been to your channel twice. Twice. I've left one comment and my heart absolutely broke for you when Spencer cut his hand on that mirror because I know what it takes. I did it over 40 years. And look, let me ask you something. At 20 years old, because I got married at 21. At 20 years old, I had to sit down with my husband and say, hey, guess what? If anything happens to my dad and my stepmom, because her biological sister wanted to put her in a home and said that she would not take care of her, and hey, no judgment on her. If you can't do it, I'd rather you not do it. I will never judge her for that. But if anything would have happened to them, a car wreck, anything, at 21 years old, I would have been, I would have been a mom. I went before a judge in my 30s and did the whole conservatorship thing because her biological dad, he dipped when the diagnosis hit at age 1 when she wasn't making her milestones. So we had to get a private investigator. My dad put out tens of fucking thousands of dollars to make sure that my sister was taken care of. What did you fucking do? I'm sick and tired of you using and labeling your children. And I have a question for you, and I don't want you to share your other family members. I'm not saying that. I don't want to know anything about them. But it seems very weird to me that you never speak about your biological son, because I'm sure he's a great, brilliant, handsome, thriving young man. I'm sure he is. But you can't use him to be a martyr. You can only label. You label everything. Having a judge sit there and tell you that you have rights and guardianship does not give you the right to abuse and exploit and use them.
Not to cut you off, but Ghostbit, with all due respect, Rowena has every right to make it personal because Julie has taken it there over and over again with Rowena specifically. So,
And
with
I've
all due
taken it with
respect,
her. Hey, and
yeah,
look, it's a two-way street. I've taken it with her. You
yeah,
know, it's not like she came for me and I didn't say nothing. I have been very vocal about that. This is my passion. This right here, this and drunk driving are my two things. I've lost 3 family members to drunk drivers. And my sister was my whole entire fucking world. I would give. There is nothing in this world that I would not give to be able to bring her back. My dad had a custom built house built because one day we knew she would be in a wheelchair. So the halls and the doors and everything would be, and it was incredible. Our life revolved around her. She was our queen. You treat them like a burden. And I know what burnout is. We had go look it up. In Memphis, Tennessee, there used to be a place called Happy Acres. We got 2 weeks a month of respite. That was it. Because 40 years ago, that was unheard of. We would get 2 weeks a month,
you mean a
and
year,
that's
weeks
and
a year?
a year. We would
Yeah,
get 2 weeks. I'm sorry,
no,
2 weeks a year. We
you're
would
okay.
get 2 weeks a year at Happy Acres, and that's when we could go on a family vacation. Somebody always had to stay home. We missed weddings, graduations, funerals, church, because it hurt her ears as she grew older. She would hold her ears. Guess what we did? We quit taking her. But you sat there and you talked about how certain things, trigger him and all this other stuff, but you still fucking do it. Did you marry Al so you could be a martyr? Because that's what I'm wondering. And I watched Nonsense the other day review you when you were talking about the RICO, and I can see exactly how this whole dynamic goes. And I don't give a fuck who judges me. I'm going to speak on it. You sat there, and Al looked at you, and he said, "Please don't go live. Let's talk privately." Fuck Al. You got to do it live. And then you put him on camera, and he said, "Please don't put me on camera." Then you snuck the camera around to where we only saw half of him. You have no boundaries. You do not protect people's boundaries. You are scary. I have always said that you are a great mom, that you have great resources, that you know the system. I will give you that. But the oversharing, the using them, and now you're using them in court documents, you are BJ 2.0. Nobody on any Facebook, Twitter, nobody will ever see my sister. One person on YouTube has seen a picture of my sister. One, and it ain't Queen, so shut the fuck up about that. It's somebody else. Because I protect her. I can share her beautiful life and what she did. Her obituary was pages long, and she never spoke a word. I miss her taking my hand, and no, she couldn't give me a kiss, but she would take my hand and hold it up to her lips. She never spoke a word. And when my stepmother drew her last breath and my dad stood in that church and bawled crying, I told him, I said, don't cry. I said, we can be sad. She's not sad. She is hearing her child's voice for the first time. And when my dad died March 2nd, last year, that's what I had to sit in that same fucking church and tell myself. That is love. Love is protection. I should not know how your child needs help with hygiene. That is the issue I have with you. And you lie. You lied on Toasty. You lied on Queen. You lied on me. You lied on nonsense. You're a fucking liar.
You lied on SF. You
Lied
lied
on
on
SF. I'm going to tell you what, Julie, I swear to God, if you'd have done to me what you did to SF, bitch, I'm going to tell you what, I'd own that house in Jersey. I swear to God, I'd sell it because I ain't moving up north, baby. If you want to panel up with me, let's do it. I won't even pull out my nursing knowledge. I will go caregiver to caregiver with you all fucking day. I did it probably for longer than you were born. And I'm not exploiting my sister. I am not doing it up here. And I'm not going to tell what we did for her. And you know what? When she got put on hospice, look, fuck the nurses coming. We had doctors from other fucking states because they couldn't believe it. They could not believe that she was alive. And that she was in not one bed sore, not one anything.
That's called love.
And at no time did I ever go to my family, my friends. Yeah, I would be like, oh God, I'm so tired, you know, whatever. Yeah, everybody gets tired and everything, but ever, not the other day when Rises was, because I don't watch you. I don't. Sorry. This is the most I've ever watched you. But the other day when somebody left, not Kelsey like that Kelsey, but Casey or somebody left a comment that they were a bio mom of an autistic child. You did 3 lives on it, but that first live, you got so outraged that Spencer came in. You brought Spencer in that room to sit on that fucking couch and listen to you speak. And you're going to tell us that it's us? What, is Spencer signing on to YouTube? Looking up nonsense and being, I'm so outraged. What? It's you, ma'am. You need to go get help. And Al, you need to figure out what she's doing. Because what you did with the whole Rico thing, let me finish up that thought, is I watched a husband say, please don't go live about this. Fuck you. Fuck your feelings. Then I said, please don't put me on camera. Then you had to sneakily turn the camera so they could see Al. And then you had to, when he still wasn't getting it, he just said, well, call an attorney and see what they want to do. That wasn't good enough. You had to cry. And then what's Al do? Puts his drink down and pats you on the back. I'm not a back patter for bullshit. That's the difference. Get it together. If you want to meet up on a panel, let's do it. I'll go caregiver for caregiver all fucking day with you. And I don't care what you think about me. I truly don't. And you have every right to your opinion. You have every single right to think that I am the meanest, ugliest bitch on these streets. I don't care. You have that right. But I also have the right to think that you use your children.
I agree with you.
Sorry.
No, and can I say one thing on behalf of caregivers, speaking for myself and whoever this applies to, but I'm sick and tired of hearing about caregiver burnout.
I'm so fucking sick of that. You said it when this first, a year ago, whatever, when you first kind of reviewed her, and my skin just crawled, you know. But I did, you know, it's like, okay, well, let me, maybe she, and hey, if I'm wrong, tell me why in Nonsense's chat you thanked me for telling you to stop exploiting him about his hygiene in chat. I'm
Well,
telling you again. I'm telling you again. Stop. Stop using him and his brother on legal documents. I've never seen your son, the other one. I've seen Spencer because, oh God, I said his name again.
you're okay. You're okay.
Oh, and after I did that, and after my sister died, I turned around, and for 14 years, my mother in law with advanced stage Alzheimer's lived with me. Shut up about burnout. Everybody, shut the fuck up about it. If somebody comes to you and says, I'm burnout, then they're burnout. But don't use that as an excuse for somebody else.
Well,
Don't give it a pass.
you're right. Last year, I tried to give the benefit of the doubt in every capacity I could. I tried to understand where this came from. But this is the reason I say stop it with the caregiver burnout shit. We have no indication that she has caregiver burnout. These are choices she is making and the things that she is willingly engaging with. Kenzie's yelling at the dog, not me. But she absolutely talks and tells stories about their story in their life. They have it so much better than a lot of people in this chat with respite, things
Yeah.
of that nature. And
Yeah,
that
40 years ago there was nothing. We got 2 weeks. There was nothing.
yeah,
Oh, and let me tell you something else that my family did, because my stepmother got a phone call from the school and said that she basically aged out and she couldn't come back. Yeah, uh, forget going to legislators and everything. You know who she wrote? She wrote the first lady. Guess what? Guess what? She continued on in school. I still have the letter. I sure do. I
it's
sure do. And a lot of people judged you and said, Julie, you just don't know. You pick shit out so you can be outraged about it. A lot of people had a lot of judgment against you for Spencer being in a group home placement. And I was one of the ones that said, don't judge her. No, no, no. Sometimes that's the best thing. Sometimes they thrive. You don't know him. You don't know the situation.
I agree. I agree with you fully. Like
And
I will
it's
never
like people that
judge.
sit there and say, oh, I would never put my mom in a nursing home. Bitch, nobody on this internet walking the face, drawing a breath should ever say the word never, because you don't know.
Well, and here's the big piece of that to add to what you're saying about don't judge that. There are a lot of family situations where there aren't siblings that can take on that responsibility,
Right.
where there aren't family members that when the parents who have done the caregiving for the entire life, they age, life happens, and not having a backup or an option of that is some people's biggest fear. Some people, that is something.
Yeah.
What happens when? What happens because
It's huge. Well, I mean,
yeah,
we talked, we talked about it when I was a teenager. My dad, they sat down with us and said, if something happens to us, would you be willing to take her 6 months? And would you be willing to take her 6 months? And my sister said no. And that's okay.
yeah,
That is okay. I never held one bit of resentment or judgment, because if she couldn't do it, then I don't want her doing it.
right, right.
And
And
I
that
said, I will. I definitely will.
respect for that, that she acknowledged that she wasn't the
Right.
best.
That she
I
was
mean, that's
honest.
incredible. Yeah,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's like one of the biggest things to respect. And there are few adult family homes, or there are so few and far between to find the right fit. It takes years for people, waiting lists, just to ensure that they have proper, appropriate care in case something does happen or when something does happen to their caregivers. Don't ever judge a situation like that.
Do you know that after after she passed, They had been married over 30 something years. I'm sorry. And my dad and her came by my house. We lived 8 houses away. I moved next to my dad for her. I lived 8 houses from my father. He came by and they both were just cracking up laughing like 2 teenagers. I will never, I remember what they had on because they realized it was the first time in their 30 plus marriage that they'd ever been to the grocery store at the same time together. Because being nonverbal, and Julie, I'm sure you understand this, you can't just get anybody to babysit them. With a seizure disorder, you just can't get anybody, not babysit them, but, be a sitter with them. Because they can't tell you. They can't say, hey, she didn't give me my medicine. I'm a hot down because I don't want to get upset. But the funniest story, when my sister passed, this was the funniest story. I was raised in a huge Catholic family, right? Big Catholic funeral and all that stuff anyway. And the priest, my dad's friend from grade school, came in from another state to do my sister's funeral. And the night before the funeral, we were all at my dad's house and everything. And I was talking to him, and I said, I thought it was so crazy that Dad wanted her to have last rites, and and we were talking about sin and all that kind of stuff and everything. And I said, well, Christy, Bug was no angel. I said, my stepmother got a phone call from school one day, and she asked the lady at the school asked if she wanted to be signed up on the free breakfast program. And my stepmother said, no, she eats breakfast at home. And she said, oh. She said, well, she's eating one little girl's breakfast every day. It was the little blind girl that was in her class, so she knew she was blind and she'd take her breakfast and eat it. So at her funeral, the priest talked about that. I'm like, look, hey, my Bug, look, she was a sly one. I'm telling you, y'all think I'm a prankster? She escaped out of a window one time. I thought I lost her on my watch. Look, I
Oh my
wasn't worried
God.
about her. Look, I was 15 years old, and I thought, Lord, they're going to kill me. I done lost her. I thought, Lord, have mercy. You know where she was? She was hiding behind the television. I saw her at the window sitting there laughing at me. I'm telling you, it was a trip. And she was my Bug, you know.
Yeah.
Those are the stories that I wish I could share, but I'm not going to do it. I mean, I know I overshared right now, but I'm just saying I don't want anybody to hide anybody away, but I would never, ever get on here and say or show the things that you've done. And you have that right to, but I also have the opinion. I also have the right to have an opinion of that. I've sat in your shoes.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway, so I don't care if you do a live on me. I ain't gonna watch it. Don't give a fuck, and nobody send it to me because I don't care. Didn't even know this happened till today. I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't know you were mentioning that one either. I was like, oh, well, not shocking though, because you have addressed her appropriately in many different occasions. So,
So if uh, I had guardianship over my sister, right? So I'm gonna speak for her, even though she's not on this planet. I'm gonna speak for my Bug. This is from her, Julie. Please stop. You can share your son. You can. The day I will never forget in Clues, you were supposed to. This is how much I remember because it hurt my heart because I know how scary it is. You could not. My sister, she couldn't have. She had no pain neurons. Like if she got stitches, she'd just take them out. There was
uh-huh.
no pain sensors. So you have to learn how to do things. We had forehead thermometers because she would try to bite a thermometer before the digital ear thing. I'm talking about 40 years ago. We didn't have all that, you know.
Uh,
So there's a lot, I'm just asking you to please stop. I know it's hard. I know it is. But you can come at a loving place. And I know you love those boys. I'm not saying you don't. I am not saying you do not love those children. I am not, or excuse me, young men. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you want attention on you because you're doing this great deed. I never want a thank you or a praise for what I did because it wasn't anything heroic. My family didn't do anything heroic. All we did was love her. That's it.
Mm,
No thanks needed from anybody.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to go cry
Don't
because
apologize.
it brings up a lot of stuff. You know,
I
it
know.
hurts my heart, and it truly hurt my heart that day when her and Jay were supposed to do some kind of parody thing, and she came in a clue and sent a super chat and said that he had cut his hand and they were on their way to the ER, and the next day I had never. I went to her channel. It's the only time I ever commented. And I told her, I know how scary it is. I'm so sorry. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, those are scary situations. Those
It
are,
is.
I've been there,
And
done that.
yeah. So anyway, so you can think whatever you want of me. I don't care. And I truly, from the depths of my soul, I don't care. I don't. Just please stop doing the legal bullshit. Stop the lying. Just stop. That's all you got to do. Be funny. Talk about talk about him. You know, share like I shared the story about stealing the blind girl's breakfast every morning. That's hilarious. I mean, you
She's
know,
got
I
incredible
mean,
stories. She's
yeah,
got a lifetime of experiences and stories.
exactly. She was a person. That's why her obituary, cause I had to write. Her biological mother could not write her obituary. I wrote her obituary, and I told my dad, "Give me your credit card and don't say a word because they." And my dad was like, "Well, what are you going to say?" And I said, "I'm going to tell her story. It's a shame I can't share it with y'all because of the weirdos." But she
Yeah,
lived an incredible life without even speaking a word, and she had so much love. Y'all have no idea. Now, hey, could she be a little shit? Oh, yes, she could. Yes, she sure could.
mm, I love
But
that though. I love that she got one over on you all the time. I can just
hmm oh, she did. Oh man, you know, I mean, and we always like tried different things where they're like, I mean, we had CPS called on us. It was so funny. And my dad wasn't even mad because the next door neighbor never saw her playing in the front yard. What? So they called CPS on us. And CBS came in, had to talk to all of us and not, you know, do all the things and everything. And now this was 40 years ago. And they sat there and they laughed and they were like, this, you know, and I was mad, you know. And my dad was like, no, he goes, don't be mad. He goes, I wish they would have come over and asked us. But he said, you know, what if we would have been people that weren't good? You know, they thought he didn't say it then because it wasn't a catchphrase like it is now, but they saw something, they said something. Instead of asking, you know, you could have come in and met her and all the stuff, you know, all of her toys, pool, everything in the backyard, all the stuff. So,
huh.
I mean, my sister was not at my wedding. You know why? You know why? Because she couldn't handle the music,
Mm-hmm.
because she couldn't handle the people. I,
Overstimulating.
but I tell you what, I got a picture of me in my wedding dress with her. Sure as hell do.
I love that.
I made my dad go get her. I sure did.
I love that.
So just that's all I'm asking for, Julie. You don't have to hide. You don't have to hide anybody. But just stop at the exploitation, okay? Stop with the woe, pity is me. Stop with the soft voice. Stop with all that. Just be yourself.
Yeah. Stop the lies. Stop
Yeah.
the exploitation. Stop dehumanizing them as a diagnosis. That grinds my gears like nothing else. Stop dehumanizing them to a diagnosis. They are young men that outside of their diagnosis, they are people
Yeah.
who are individuals. And you, as a advocate, so you claim,
No,
do
I'm not an advocate.
everything. No, not you. Julie,
Oh,
as an
no.
advocate, she claims she's such an advocate. Well, advocates fight for independence and inclusivity,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what that looks like or means, for
Mm-hmm.
every single person, not
Mm-hmm.
dehumanizing them to a diagnosis. I'm sorry, but
Right.
ooh,
Yep. So you'll never hear my talk about my bug and say anything. And if look, I've been on these streets in this community like 6 years, but on YouTube and other places longer than that. Um, I've never spoke on my sister until Julie came in the picture. Nobody ever knew I had a special needs sister. It ain't nobody's business. It's not. I'm not gonna. I feel like I feel horrible that I feel like I've exploited her. But I just want to give an example of pure love. Like I would give anything. So that's all I got to say. But
thank you, Rowena.
and nobody. I'm begging you. I had a talk with somebody last night. Nobody take up the torch like for other people. Like if you, I don't know. I it kills me when I hear people just taking up the torch for somebody else or whatever. Go to that person and ask them first. Do you want me to help you carry this torch? Because they might not want you to speak on it. I don't want this spoken on again. What I've said. Please don't bring it up in anybody's chat and don't go at her with it. Don't use me. Do not use me, and I will come for your fucking throat if you use my sister against Julie in my name. I will go for your throat. Y'all
Yeah,
have no idea.
I will never do that. So,
Okay. I'm just saying, you know how people,
oh, I know.
you know.
I
So,
get it. I get why you're saying that, but that would never happen.
you know how, you
I
know.
know exactly how it goes
Yeah, yeah, so,
because it'll be
anyway.
Rowena said,
Uh
you
huh.
did this
Yeah.
to Rowena.
This stays right here. I know it's gonna go out. Whatever. I mean, it ain't just right here. I get that, but just don't. That's all I'm asking.
Yep.
I asked what happened to my sister. She she passed away from the disease that she had, and she she wasn't supposed to live past the age of 8, and then they moved it, and then they said that she probably wouldn't live past the age of 12. And she lived to be a woman of 41 years old
That's
and was amazing. So,
beat odds.
anyway, like I said, she was the longest. I don't know to date now because she's been gone a while, but um, I don't know. I don't know if somebody else with her diagnosis has lived longer. I hope so, with medical advancements and everything. Her doctor, um, uh, her doctor was originally lived in Florida, and he actually moved to Memphis, um, to treat her. He moved from Florida to Memphis, Tennessee. We had the best of the best.
That's amazing. Oh, that really is amazing.
And I had to give a shout out to my husband because at 22 years old or 21 years old, and I was 20 when he asked me to marry him, I had to tell him, "Hey, my parents could be in a car accident tonight. This is a real thing. I am a package. I'm a package deal." But I didn't do it in a martyrdom way. I did it to let him know, hey, yes, I know you know her. I know you love her. But if this happens, I'm going to sit you down just like my parents sat us down and tell you these are the facts. And if you can't, and that's cool if you can't. If you can't, if you don't want to do that, that's cool. Cool beans. And shout out to him because he loved her as much as I did.
That's amazing, though. There's some amazing individuals out here that walk into situations like that and show up and help.
A rare disease, Yvonne, is one that's not, there's not a lot of cases of it, and I'm not giving out her diagnosis. I will never do that.
Yeah, no, there's no need
So,
for that.
nope. Just know that she's my bug. So, anyway, all right, yeah, Leo, hey, I'm working on coming to see you. All right, I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna go take some time out, and thank you for giving me a platform to speak on. When I was in Belinda's today, and I did, and Julie, if you ever want to panel it for me with me, I won't rage at you. I will speak to you just like I'm speaking right now. I've adulted with you many times on panel. I can adult all day. I won't call you a name. It's okay. All right. Well,
You've
I'm gonna
been
go.
more than kind. You've been more than kind. So I'm just, yeah, I didn't even know. Like I said, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that you got spoke on right in that whole situation there. I
Oh,
just
I
knew
don't care.
on
I mean,
some
she has
things.
look, and she has the right to speak on me. I've spoke on her.
I know
Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, she shouldn't talk about Rowena. Yes, she should. Fuck, I've been in chat talking about her. I don't give a fuck.
the
It's
chat.
okay.
I pulled that up to show the consent, and the chat's like, wait a second, what did she say about Rowena? And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Yep, she did. But that's the thing. I don't care if you speak on me. Just stop lying. Stop
Yeah,
freaking
just
lying.
I don't care if you have an opinion on me. Just don't lie on me. When you lie on me, that's when I'm gonna come back at you.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Thank you, Ro, for
all
coming up
right.
and
Well,
sharing.
thank you, baby. I'm gonna go take some Tylenol and give my husband a hug.
Okay.
Plus,
And
I spent a lot of money today. I gotta give him 2 hugs.
if you want me to edit this out too, if you make the
No,
decision,
it's fine. I don't care.
well, just email me though if you change your mind,
No,
and I will
it's fine.
gladly do whatever.
It's fine. All right, everybody, just be cool. It's all right. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
And thank y'all
Rowena.
for listening. All right, bye bye.
Bye. Oof. Now those are, and there's many in you in the chat, many of you in the chat too, that have similar experiences, similar lives, understand that on a whole other level. And I think that's one of the frustrating parts. I haven't even tapped into my feelings on what she does in that capacity. I mean, I've talked about it in the past, but to have them thrown in my face and lied about with things I would never do to her children, let alone, or young men, let alone this situation, all of it just is a lot. Okay, so we got that debunked. Is there any questions on what I showed, why I showed it, and what was shown? To all the caregivers in the chat who have sacrificed their lives to love somebody else and care for somebody else, you're seen, you're heard. And when she talks about the scariness of the pain, people being desensitized, not having pain sensation, that is a whole other world that I'm actually thankful for people that don't experience that and will never know. Be glad, because that's a whole other ball game when you don't have things such as pain sensations or your natural ability to communicate when something is wrong. When those things are taken, it's a whole other world, and be grateful. And I think that's the problem many of us see with her, with Julie, is she treats them like, well, she speaks of them as they are a diagnosis and a burden. When you're phrasing it like that, you are dehumanizing them, and you are putting off to the internet that they are a burden. You are not the only one who sacrifices your life, parts of your life, to care for others. And the way you demean others that disagree with you and use that to do it, or use them in court filings, when you're the one to be told in your comment section that I could be responsible for seizures of a child that I didn't put him in a court filing. I didn't bring him to the internet. I didn't clip him. I didn't do any of that shit. Those are all choices you are making. Every bit of it. Your choice is to be made. But when you put it out here publicly, this is the fucking internet. We get to have a say, especially when you're fucking lying, especially when you're weaponizing our court systems, especially when you're using police resources. You know who does the same thing about talking about bathroom habits and oversharing and weaponizing? BJ. You know who else filed legal papers and then said things such as their child was struggling. Lauren Matthias. Same exact fucking thing over and over again when it's convenient. I'm going to play one final little clip. This is going to piss you off. Well, it might piss some of you off. Some of you have already seen it. You're not alone in doing this. But if the expectation of me to remain silent and to stop speaking on this is fucking asinine. You don't know why I have a channel to begin with if you think that I'm going to condone this type of fuckery ever. When people are lying straight to your fucking face and spitting in your face and telling you that it's rain and not spit, fucking go on somewhere. And you will never, ever rewrite shit that I've done and then blow smoke up our asses to tell us it was something else. I've played your game before. In fact, the one that you are taken to court played the exact same fucking playbook that you're playing. You're no fucking different. The one thing I have that you lack is boundaries. I can keep it to the internet. You sure as fuck can't. And you sure as fuck can't use anything as a shield. And if you have to, it's a part of your little game and it's gross. But here is one final clip for now. And yes, I am working on the Golden Cow Awards. Instead of the Golden Globes, we will be having the Golden Cow. Because while the internet is burning down and people are lying and pissing and moaning, my phone was working. And Audacity and myself were cracking ourselves up with the Golden Cow Awards. And I was having way too much fun on Canva. So I protect my fucking peace. And some battles aren't worth fighting. And I'm not about to fight with somebody over Julie lying. Period. It's what it is. People want to spin it, tell you something else, do all this shit. Yeah, no, not interested. Julie's going to be addressed for the lies and the misuse of the courts and the continued fucking lies. Continued every fucking day. And she flat out said out of her mouth, she doesn't lie. She don't lie. Taking you back to the video where she says potential crimes and misdemeanors of Brittany J. and partner. Just a quick reminder, this is January 13th. This is 5 days after she so boldly filled out this complaint of probable cause. Certification of probable cause. Oh, certification in support of probable cause is what it's actually called, where she very easily misrepresented what was going on. Buckle in.
And I'm going to find out later on if that can be added in. But they don't even mention a pattern. And I think I show a pattern and an escalation. And also there are things that, aren't even included in here, like we know your address and things like that. There are other statements, that don't rise to the level of a threat of harm. Like, come around here, I got a big one for you. I'll send you to your fucking destination. Or are as explicit as I'm a person who would do sodomy on the street in front of children. But saying to somebody, we know where you live kind of deal, might add to it. So let me stop sharing. And
how does that add to it? Granted, depending on how it's said, yes, it could be threatening. But when you yourself said they now have my address, somebody repeating it back that we have your address, depending on the context, is a whole different situation that you like to remove context from. That's not the part we're paying attention to. This upcoming. You want to talk about anti-woman, anti all of these things that you tried calling me last night, Julie? You have no idea what you fucking are messing with. Keep lying on me, and I'll keep showing you for the liar you are with your own fucking words. I don't have to play your stupid fucking pathetic games. But you done fucked up when you said some of that shit last night.
And I'll just, this is obviously a biased group of people who are watching and, but what do you think now you've heard most of, I mean, I don't know if you guys all saw the anti-Semitic comments and things like that. And
She's going to ask what they think, her chat, what their perception is. Now, listen to the analogy. I can't talk. The analogy she's about to use.
heard everything that was said and how the frequency that it was said and realized how close the dates were to one another. And that it covers lewd comments, it covers threats of violence, it covers with intimidation using my son, intended to, even they use the word annoy somebody. Do you think if I were to press charges and if the prosecutor would decide to prosecute either at the county level, which would be, I guess, Superior Court, I guess, or at the municipal level for a misdemeanor. So you have to assume all those things, right? You would have to assume that I press charges. You would have to assume that the prosecutor would accept it and that they would either charge at either it doesn't matter, because it would either be cyber harassment or it would be the lesser one of the harassment / disorderly person. Do you think, given the evidence that you guys have seen, you would say it's harassment, intimidation, and, trying to annoy and causing emotional distress? I mean, she's still continuing to make accusations, even
5 days after she signed that complaint. 5 days this was.
through her intermediaries, through her taunts,
She has been over and over again intentionally misleading people to believe that it could be cyber harassment when she knew that it's a private citizen's complaint, which we detailed the other day. That is not what people assume it is. And she absolutely, as a private citizen, took out a criminal charge, or is attempting to take out a criminal charge.
through her
The DA doesn't even have to necessarily be involved or give his stamp of approval. That has been intentionally misled by so many people.
anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic remarks that continue. And, you never know what's gonna come next. Honestly, you never know what.
This is the upcoming. Sorry, I was a little ahead of myself with the. Oh, God, I'm just so irritated. Be nice, try it. Thank you so much for being a member for 13 months.
What's gonna come next? And there'll be people who blame the victim. Right?
There will be people who blame the victim. This part is exactly what I'm talking about.
You never know what's gonna come next. And there'll be people who blame the victim, right? Just like there's people who say, well, a woman who was raped was out late drinking, wearing a short skirt and flirting, so therefore they participated in having that happen to them. Right? That court doesn't look at things like that anymore. So do
you understand the comparison that she's trying to make right here? Do you understand the extent of the comparison that she's trying to make? There will be people who blame the victim. You ain't a fucking victim. And the fucking audacity of you to even attempt to justify your bullshit by talking about rape victims?
Who was it? Texas Tiff somebody? Tiff someone Texas? The court doesn't care about what, that I made an interview with.
Are you trying to basically imply because Texas Tiff disagreed with you that they're a victim blamer? And then trying to make the comparison? Is that what you're fucking doing here? Because I didn't even realize you put a name behind that. That's even grimier. That's a fucking BJ level thing. When she tried baiting, that's, oh, bitch. Oh, you.
With my child who was a senior in high school about being the sibling to raise awareness about being the sibling of a twin who is profoundly autistic, who couldn't speak till he was 6 years old, and what life was like with him. That was the essence of it. It was not exploitive. However, he didn't want to be on my social media when I started to gain a lot of followers, and I respected it. You know who didn't respect it? Brittany and her pals, who brought it to YouTube. It was a TikTok video I deleted 3 years ago. Tiff, Texas, whatever the fuck your name is. The constant threats of lawsuits too by BJ and Craig. Oh, right. Yeah. They're constantly threatening. It's quite ironic, that he says, you're saying this stuff about kids and you're da-da-da-da-da. They're talking about the video that their kids put up, right? And that's a federal crime. He's warning everybody. It's a federal crime having to do with
the irony of her going on to speak about a video that the other creator, BJ, while being unwilling to admit that you're the one that put this all out here publicly, and now have continued to lie and blame every single person, just like BJ has done with the video that got uploaded. Unfuckable.
Looking at and sharing a video
Haley Michelle
of their kids when they had no problem looking at and showing on their screen a video of my kid.
There was no video shown of her kid. That's a complete lie.
And don't see how, and he says it's a federal crime. It could be a federal crime, by the way, too. He's not wrong about that. When it crosses state lines, you could prosecute it in federal court.
Shut up. Stop the fucking insanity. Shut the fuck up. It's not a federal crime with the video you're talking about. There's inappropriateness, potentially, things of that nature. Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. Unfucking believable you are.
But you don't have to if your state has laws that cover it. And luckily, I live in a state of New Jersey that doesn't, especially after his other comments towards other people.
Luckily, I live in a state that just happens to have a law that I can finagle to try and use for my benefit, because I need to be a martyr and take some person down off the internet because she hurt my fifis, and I'm too thin-skinned to be around this sector anyways. Yeah, okay. I got nothing for you. And to all those bitching about the extent of Julie coverage, or poor Julie, it's been a fucking week. Excuse me. But she's been doing this for months. So yeah, we got a lot to catch up on. Sure as fuck do. You can thank Julie. Go call Tyrone. I think she's going to need him. Anywho, is there any other questions? Because Hartley doesn't need to be getting shit for clipping this. I can't stop that from happening, but I'm never going to hide and be like, oh yeah, somebody else can just take the fucking hits. She's just altogether in Cam something else. Like what her real-time lies last night were so fucking manipulative, and the entire time she was holding back a fucking grin, which we've watched her do so many times in these videos. She sits there grinning. Yeah, I'm out. We've been here 3 hours. I didn't intend on even being here this long. I was just going to come make a quick correction and leave you guys, but they always end up way longer. Yeah, and what's the question we all have, and we've asked it over and over again, why the energy for all of these other people when this has been on YouTube still existing for over a year? She knows about it. She knows about it. But here she is completely lying once again. There is no mention in that video. I don't even know. Yes, could I find out? Easily. I have no need to know what their last names are. What Al's, I don't need to know any of that. I keep it to their words and their patterns of behavior on social media. I don't give a fuck, but she went on last night to say that we talked about their last names. There's nothing that I showed or talked about anywhere close to that. I know you guys are like, oh my God, we've only been here for 3 hours. Where's the 9 hours? But then the other people bitch about it. It's funny. 7 minutes, the entire thing. And she'd either made herself notes or somebody texted her that. One of the two. She either wrote herself a script to do that or somebody texted her that. Either way, straight up fucking lies. Yeah, how dare Hartley show proof of factual information? But I don't know where that's coming in from, Nicole, but lies are lies. There's no semantics about it. Lies are lies. We're not going to play that whole brush it off to semantics or drama. No, this is fucking straight up lies. And these type of people are fucking dangerous. Julie, BJ, when they have no boundaries whatsoever. But I'm starting to get a little bit of a twitch that there's many like her that are willing to lie. When you get on here and start blaming other people for reviewing the very things that you put out here publicly and then trying to pass off if an adult has a seizure, like they're the only, what? I know you guys are, Deborah. I would never. I don't even know them to say. I would never. Yeah, fucking one of her books of lies. Oh, but she's so well researched. She knows what she's talking about. Yeah, nope. Never. Never ever. So it'll be what it's going to be. No, Band-Aid of Memories. I have not touched her Reddit thread publicly. I've looked at it. I just went and looked at it the other day. Sure have, but I have not covered it because most of the Reddit is in regards to the exploitation of the young men. And I feel some sort of way about the fact that she acknowledges that they cannot consent and then puts it out here. And the very first thing she did when I started covering her the other day was said that I was threatening to put videos up of Spencer or go over videos of Spencer. Unfucking real. Never happened. Never even discussed. Another thing that was never even mentioned that we were going to talk about him or anything of that. It's been mentioned over and over again that she exploits them. That is many people's opinions. Many people have given that opinion, and it's their right to do based on what she puts out here, how she dehumanizes them. People are entitled to that. But never once was that mentioned. And the first thing she did mid live stream is put up a short to say I was threatening to go after him. Wait, what? People kept saying it was semantics because Craig never even says Julie's name, but they claim that's just semantics. So now let me get this, Nicole. Let me make this make sense. So let's hypothetically say that I came on here and I said something horrific and threatened somebody, but I didn't put a name on it. So we can just say and pick and choose who that applies to because we hate somebody and want to see that person get charged criminally for something Why not hope that they get held accountable for the actual fucking shit that they've done? So now we can just hear something terrible and fucking apply it to whomever we want. What? What? There's a whole, yeah, that like, I'm just, what? What? Okay. Absolutely. And not only that, the whole thing of come around here, I've got a big one for you. That's interesting. I'm sorry, Autumn. Today hasn't been rough for me until I saw Hartley's video in the comments over there, but I was expecting that her handlers, Julie's handlers, her two that she shouts out all the time, or her best buddies, are in Hartley's comments giving her shit. And I was like, hell no, I'm not letting Hartley take this one on. I'm going to go and set this correct myself. Hail to the nah. Wasn't rough for me. Yeah, I'm not fighting with people over this. Like, I'm just not. Like, I will argue with people over here. Fuck yeah, but I'm not going to spend fucking chasing my tail to watch people try to condone weaponizing of our courts while screaming and crying about people weaponizing our courts. You see how I can't handle the doublespeak. I can't handle people conveniently being against weaponizing and false allegations in court with one person and then being okay with it over here. That's not how my world works, and I'm thankful it doesn't. That's crazy. What's wrong is wrong, period. Yeah. And I'm never going to be okay with what these people are doing by using court systems just because New Jersey has a law or this place has a law or people live in a certain state. Nope. Oh, fuck yeah. That's been going on, NCAM. It's been going on. But if anybody thinks they're going to, this is what I've done all along. This is why I'm just fucking like mind blown too about the people clutching their fucking pearls. This is how I started covering BJ because of her foul behavior with Chris and Katie. Same with Julie. That's how I started covering them. I just backed off Julie and I shouldn't have. I should have never backed off Julie. I should have covered her just like I covered BJ. Absolutely should have. Because she has been emboldened to just fucking continue to lie on every single person. It's not just one situation. It's one after another, after another, after another. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Have a good day, you guys. Hopefully that clears it up some. Because they're fucking lying. They're lying over and over again. And Julie, until I see energy towards the video that's still up, save your fucking outrage. You're so fucking full of shit. You're blaming people for showing a video. You're saying that they passed a video around, showed a video, did all this. You have no proof of that. But there's proof over here of other people doing that, and you don't seem to give a fuck. Situational outrage, it seems like. Whatever suits you to be your martyr, huh? Go find another reason to scream and cry. I'm sure you'll have a many of them. Okay, bye, y'all.